We've got Ignition 2, 1. We've got RIP Takeoff. We've got RIP Takeoff and a lot to talk about today. Deny, Depose, Defend. We're going to talk about the Epstein Xmas list. Drones over Jersey. Big up to Matt Stoddard. Is Jay-Z weird? That's what we're unpacking on the Self Luv Show. Got a lot to talk about. Karen, take it away whenever you're ready. The Self Luv Show starts in 2 minutes. Actually, 4 minutes. Please like, share, subscribe, repost. Let's get them in the building.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
We are, as they say, tangled in our anchor chain. Our financial systems are decades old. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
When he was shot in the back.
Family members of the victim say he was complying with police before he was shot 4 times in the back.
I want to repeat that. He was sitting on a marked black and white police motorcycle in full uniform, and he was shot in the back.
One deputy shot him with beanbags, another shot him 4 times in the back.
And if he's willing to do that, I'm sure he's willing to shoot at anybody else. And we collectively, all of us, need to get him off the street.
No, they're ignorant. That's ignorant. They're ignorant. That's ignorant. They're ignorant. That's ignorant.
I should call this shit no block. It's 10 o'clock. Where the fuck y'all niggas at? This what y'all wanted me in Chicago? No block right here. I should call this shit no block. It's 10 o'clock. Where the fuck y'all niggas at? Niggas ain't outside. It's only 10 p.m. Where the fuck y'all niggas at, block?
O Block right now. Where we at? Tell you something, man. This Nino Brown, man. I'm live on O Block right now. Where we at? This O Block. I'm from Miami. I just want to tell niggas, man, we gotta stop killing each other, man. Yeah, this shit ain't about nothing. All that killing shit, we gotta work together, man. Stop killing each other, my nigga. I had to come over here and tell niggas that shit, my nigga.
I'm right here. See where I'm at. I'm out here. Black Star Line cigars. For grown men. On some grown man stuff. And to the PDs, stop doing that killing. Please, stop doing that killing.
And a new twist in a high-profile lawsuit accuses rapper Jay-Z of raping a 13-year-old girl in 2000 alongside Sean Diddy Combs. The lawsuit, originally filed in October, was refiled today to include Jay-Z as a defendant. The anonymous accuser claims the assault occurred at an MTV Video Music Awards after-party. Jay-Z has denied the allegations in a statement on Roc Nation's Instagram, calling the accusations heinous and urging a criminal complaint be filed instead of a civil one. He also criticized the attorney behind the lawsuit, Tony Busby, accusing him of exploiting the case for personal gain.
Brother, I'm wiping it though. I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna say, hey.
Tori's oldest brother. Between us, Tori made me at Beta, and so he just wanted to say a few words before we let you go here.
Okay. Yeah,
Brother Thomas, thank you so much for gracing us with your appearance, man. Grateful. You expanded our nation beyond belief. It's just a wonderful thing, and we would like to present you with the Self Love Show first annual Ernest Lee Thomas Achievement Award.
Oh man!
It's apropos that you are the first recipient.
And Noop, we call it the Raj.
We're gonna call it the Raj.
Oh, I love it. Oh man.
Yeah, so we have it on order. So it's gonna come here. We're gonna show it to the show, and then myself or Tasia deliver it to you or ship it to you from there.
Thank you, brother.
Karen, stand by.
And even in this instance, if I could be of service to a 9-year-old girl or a 19-year-old woman or girl who wants to be a woman, is to really remember that self-love is the best way that you can receive love from anybody else, because it's coming from you. A lot of times we forget that. We look externally for this love. We look externally for this feeling of validation and adoration and approval, and it has to come from within.
Of course, it didn't work. Of course, it did not work, but let's do
The
it.
Self Love Show, giving you more than vitamins and minerals. Food for your soul, information and plans integral to making your mind grow. With more growth and development, BS is irrelevant to the intelligent. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what we represent. It's the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. We do it for our people. The Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show. To expose it on equal. The Self Love Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show.
Story Wordsmith 9 mil.
The Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. You know how the
story goes. It's the Self Love Show. Y'all know how the story go. It's the Self Love Show. The views expressed in today's podcast are merely the opinions of those of the hosts and guests and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any affiliates. Welcome to the Self Love Show on This Ain't That Network, or as we say, TATN. ESPN. TATN. This is a spot where we unpack captivating topics to expand our copper community's minds and ignite our curiosities out there. This is one of the co-hosts, and I'm Millie. All praise to the ancestors, the Most High, and my late and beloved Mama Sky. In tonight's episode, we're diving into some of the most controversial and intriguing topics making today's headlines. About time we're going to react to it. First up, we're going to tackle these mysterious drones seen over New Jersey and on the eastern seaboard that have recently caught the attention of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. These unknown drones have been spotted flying in close proximity to sensitive areas, including a military base and the president-elect. I don't know if we're calling him 45 or 49, but or 47. What, I don't know. What number would he be? 46, 47. All right. They're flying over his golf club. Allegedly, there's been 2 attempts on his life out there. We'll discuss the ongoing investigation, the potential threats these drones pose, and the local public's reaction to these sightings. We got some video. Next, we're also going to explore the deny, depose, defend strategy, often employed in high-stakes legal battles, particularly in the light of the recent tragic death of United Healthcare CEO, may he rest in peace, Brian Thompson. Condolences to his family out there. We do not wish death upon anyone. We'll break down what this approach entails, its effectiveness, and how it might relate to the ongoing investigation into Thompson's death and the potential peppermint Patsy served up to the Goyim, also known as Luigi Manglione. The pizza pie, the pizza pie, the pizza pie. You get some olive oil? Yeah, you broke my heart. Then we'll delve into the infamous Xmas list, Epstein's. This redacted list has sparked countless debate and conspiracy theories out there. We'll be examining its origins, the names involved, and the potential implications. We're also going to break down the broader impact of such lists on public perception out there and trust in influential individuals. Finally, we're going to touch on an enigmatic figure, Jay-Z, out there flirting with the Illuma booty. Known for his musical genius and business acumen, Jigga has also been the subject of various rumor out there and speculation throughout his life. We'll explore some of the more unusual aspects of his public persona and what makes him such a fascinating figure in pop culture. But there's some allegations out there, heinous allegations out there. Is Joe Camel and the Diddler being used to drown out the noise coming from the Epstein Xmas list that should be coming from that? Stay with us as we unpack these captivating topics, offering our insight, analysis, and plenty of thought for food. Don't forget to smash that like button. Share today's episode with your friends. So whip out your 10 hats out there. Whip out your Karen. Get off the phone. No, he lives there. That's his house. No, you can't go in there and shoot him. All right, yeah. Bring my 10 hat. So whip out your self-love vision and your 10 hats. This is the Self Love Show, and this is the revolution. The revolution will not be on YouTube. These are lessons, not lectures. We're live in living color on Tuesday, December 10, 2024 at 7:18 in Chicago. And as always, you cats can be anywhere in this magnanimous universe, but thankfully, we all chose to be here together. Here together. Bear down, what down, brother Wordsmith? What you manifesting today, bro?
Love. Nah, you know me, manifesting love. What you manifest?
Ditto, good brother. Pure, magnificent, unfiltered, unfettered. Many have said tough, but I can tell you it's love just the same.
No doubt.
Hey, what's been going on in your neck of the shy since we last connoitered?
Yeah, well, that mayor has said that he wasn't going to allow Trump to get rid of the migrants like that are so easy. And just so happens, I think it was today or yesterday, the border czar, or the guy that's supposed to be in charge of sending these people back where they came from, and he suggested that he might start in Chicago.
Yeah, all right. So what are you guys gonna do? Get out there and fight the federal government when they show up? You're a local politics guy.
Oh, I'm not getting involved in that at all. You know how I feel about it, and so does the show.
All right, y'all. All right. So what to expect today? All right, we got the Self Love Show quote of the day, and then our more growth and development videos, less than 1 minute. Then we got some tattoo tyranny out there. Oh, actually, we don't. We're not having tattoo tyranny, but we do have some pink crime out there. Deny, defend, deport. What is it? Deport, deny, defend. But yeah, we got some pink crime out there allegedly. Maybe it's a peppermint Patsy. And then our topic: deny, depose, defend. Epstein's Xmas list. Drones over Jersey. Jay-Z weird? Is Jay-Z weird out there? He was hanging out with Kills. Does that make him weird? Please, hit that like button. And we wrap it up with my personal favorite part of the whole shebang. And that's where Brother Wordsmith's final words. He's going to summarize tonight's show. He's going to be challenged because we got 3 different topics all bundled up in one. He's going to bundle it up into a nice little piece of prose right off the rip. Somehow he comes up with it, and that's what he does. Big ups to the sponsors out there, Midwest Festivals. Y'all get ready. Ancestral Echoes. It's coming. It's coming to a town very near you, Chi-Town Cats. All right. Very soon. Get yourself checked out out there. Get your checkups. Go to the doctor. You know what I mean? Go see your dental professionals. Go to your natural healers out there. Heal yourself. Health's very important to the whole thing. All right. Let's go. Enough of my yapping. I'll turn it over to this brother so he can handle his bit.
Yes, y'all. It don't stop. Self Love Show rocks on. As Nine is so eloquently put it, deny, depose, defend, Epstein, Christmas list, Jersey Jones, Jay-Z weird. That's what we're unpacking today. As always, we have a very important video, Silverback, more growth and development platform, which we're building a Self-Love Nation off of. But before that, we have the Self Love Show quote of the day. I was aware of the allegations, but I didn't see anything firsthand. It was a difficult situation. Ultimately, we had to part ways professionally. Once again, I was aware of the allegations, but I didn't see anything firsthand. It was a difficult situation, and ultimately, we had to part ways professionally. And that would be Jay-Z speaking about R. Kelly.
Silverback More Growth and Development Platform. Number 1, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number 2, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And 3, show an accurate depiction of African-American Chi-Town. 4, shine a light on positive influence. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen.
10, protect our women, children, and men by any and all means necessary.
That is all facts. Bro, we covered dead internet theory and us. Now, the algorithm's been obliterating me with, I don't know if it's bots or what, but man, the rabbit hole's getting deeper. I got to send you a video, bro. I mean, to this channel, it's crazy. But anyway, supposedly these bots, you guys need to check that show out. The bots are creating channels, right? Taking pictures. They'll drag a picture of you off your social media or wherever they can get it, and then draw a picture of me, creating a back and forth, because they know that generates views and clicks. And if you go on those, and then if you look closely, like in the background, if they got photos, it'd be like if Chat GTP made you a picture, it'd be blurred out. They got pictures of books in the background, no titles on them, bro. It's all created. And if you catch one of those channels, bro, they say people be the humans. Humans be like, oh, I understand. And then they'd be like, count from 1 to 1,000. And the bot in its own chat be counting 1 to 1,000.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, it's getting deep.
Craziness.
Yeah, we're way down a rabbit hole. All right, y'all, we got a poll question up on the channel. Simply, is Jigga being pink-mailed? It's a paradigm shift. Self Love Show is. We don't say blackmailed. We barely say black. Is Jigga being pink-mailed? Your options right on our community tab. 100%. That's one option. Nah, he's guilty of sin is another option. We're getting some captivating results. More than likely. Okay, that's another option. And then finally, not likely out here. Okay, those are your options. We ask that you let your voices be heard out there. Imagine I'm Joe Biden. Huh? Wait a minute.
Huh?
Drones over New Jersey? Yeah. Is my son out of jail? Yeah. But, vote. And at the end of the show, we're going to let you guys know the results. Appreciate it. Let your voice be heard. All right, bro. We don't have any, what do you call it? We had a lot of tattoo tyranny. We're just not doing it this show. Have you been hearing about those East Coast drones out there? Those drones flying over Jersey?
Vaguely.
Yeah.
First solid thing that I saw when you mentioned it to me, I was like, huh? And so I went and looked for it. Usually that stuff pops up on my stuff. So yeah, that's very strange. Huge drones.
Yeah.
So-called drones. They don't know what they are.
Up to 100, but they're making noise. And if I was an alien, I'd make noise since they're known to not make noise. I'd make noise and pretend I was a drone because we're just dumb enough to believe it. Big ups to Karen. Big ups to Karen. Big ups to Midwest Festivals, Ancestral Echoes.
They started to change from like white lights. They started to get like more like reddish green blinking lights. There had to be in total 10, maybe 12 of these.
I was eating my cheesesteak.
Some of them came closer. They went over my building. You could hear the whir of the motor. They seemed pretty large.
All right, so we've got this mystery in the sky now extending to
Brooklyn,
New York.
Karen, can you take those annoying words
off? Like what we saw on Sunday near the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. It's in Bay Ridge. The Brooklyn sightings coming after folks in Staten Island and in several New Jersey neighborhoods also saw the flying objects. Believed to be drones, but nobody really knows. The videos on your screen of the New Jersey sightings prompting Governor Phil Murphy to respond.
We don't see any concern for public safety. That's number one. Number two, having said that, it's really frustrating that we don't have more answers as to where they're coming from and why they're doing what they're doing.
The sightings also catching the attention of lawmakers on Capitol Hill. This afternoon, 2 members of the House are holding a hearing where they plan on investigating the threats to Homeland Security. posed potentially by these drones or these objects in the sky. Joining us now is Captain Laura Einsettler.
Is this some sort of distraction?
Major commercial airline to talk about this.
Yes.
You know, you hear the governor say, we don't think there's a threat to public safety, but we don't
Trap
know
dead, go
what
ahead.
these are. How
So
can
much stuff
those
going
two
on
things
with
be
that
true at the same time?
murder and then not Jay-Z.
Well, we
and
have to
it's
kind of
just,
look at things like,
it's all
so why
distraction.
are these drones operating at night? Most drone operators would operate during the daytime. So the fact that it's been going on for several weeks and the fact that it's going on during nighttime, you have to wonder, is it military operations or some sort of technical equipment operator that's doing this?
From your experience as a pilot, when you see things in the sky, what stands out to you about these objects?
Well, with drones and as pilots, we're obviously very concerned about those type of things sharing airspace with us. These drones are supposed to have remote ID on them, so they're supposed to be broadcasting always what the
All they could dig up is a commercial
and what
pilot
the
to chime
locations
in.
are at all times and be below 400 feet
That's all they
above the
wanted to
ground,
talk about.
so that it doesn't interfere with our operations for keeping everyone safe.
If it is some sort of military exercise, you know, there's one thing to let the public know. It's another thing to let pilots know or the FAA. That doesn't appear to have happened.
Well, and that's a concern. So this is the type of thing that with the investigating going on, you know, is there a concern or is there not a concern? So the fact that the people of these areas, you know, are voicing their opinions and their safety concerns, this really needs to be addressed and explained for everyone.
The FBI is requesting some flight restrictions now as a result over the Staten Island area. How might that help?
Well, absolutely, it will help because that means that anything that's in those restricted airspace areas, then they can come in and handle those type situations. So whether it's some type of operation with helicopters where they can, you know, go alongside and track them, or even shoot them down if it's a kind of a safety concern, then in that case, we have to understand what's happening here.
Yeah.
Doesn't our government have
Captain,
drones?
when you're in the cockpit and you see something strange, something mysterious, as these
Yeah,
are,
well, we had a drone expert on
what is
here.
the
that told us.
process of reporting it?
Well, when it comes to us, we would always tell air traffic control if we see these type of things in the airspace that might be concern for us and our passengers' safety, so that the FAA is always aware of, hey, we know that these things are here, air traffic control is aware, and they can report to the FBI in these type cases.
In your experience flying, how often do you come into contact with things that you can't explain?
Not very typically, but every now and again, there's some type situations that we might see that it's hard to explain.
Such
so
as?
You have to look and say, okay, is it military activity? Are they testing new
Did you hear
type of
this?
equipment? Is this just something that we haven't
It's
seen
complete
before? Can't
nonsense.
explain aerodynamically either, for that matter.
What about the altitude? Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television.
You kill that. What do you mean nonsense?
Well, they talked about the drones, but they've not mentioned the size of them or anything about that.
Well, they've said it's different ones say small school bus size of a car, small car.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But the newscast didn't say any of that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about is nonsense.
Yeah, that one definitely didn't. But I'm just, filling in some blanks here.
Yeah. Huge drones, as they're saying.
Yep.
Small bus. You hear that? The size of a car.
Yeah. My question.
It's not your typical drone.
Facts. My question is why haven't we sent a drone up there or one of those fighter pilots up there to see what it is?
Yeah, well, on TikTok, they sure was like, why hasn't anybody flown their drone to see what those things are?
Yeah.
Why has nobody done that? I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Allegedly, the spooks have satellites. You can drop a quarter on the ground and the spooks can zoom in on that and listen to your conversation, allegedly.
Yeah, they should be able to track these things. I mean, especially the size of a school bus, I mean, they couldn't track that.
Why would they run a governor out there instead of the county official? I'm saying. Why does he come out there and tell everybody there's nothing to worry about, but we don't know what these things are flying over here? How would you feel, Self, if you're in your house and there's all these things flying directly over your house, and some jackass, the mayor tells you, not even the alderman, the mayor comes over there and tells you there's nothing to worry about. We don't know what those things are and who's doing it, but you're safe.
It's asinine. You know how they do. Yeah, it's got to be. That's why I think that's why they're calling them drones and not saying what they could be. Ain't not saying UAPs. They don't want this people to go crazy like they've been trying to say ever since War of the Worlds came out.
Could this be
Radio show?
There's a military base there, but I don't know why they wouldn't do this do this over like the desert. But if it was the military, could they be testing? Like, could this be a social experiment to see how it would work on us, and that way they can go do it in China, for instance, and then use it for spy technology? I think China probably would have shot them out of the sky by now. No,
More than likely.
we can't. I don't know, man.
I don't either. It's man.
Because when you see the videos, bro, you see it would have to be a lot of people involved, or somebody with AI and a bunch of drones. You know how much money this would cost?
Yeah, that's why it's fishy, because it's
It's fishy.
I mean, first of all, who the hell owns a bus-sized drone?
That's what I'm saying.
That's in the private sector.
That's just moving around, and none of it is allegedly, how the drones you buy commercially, they got the little thing in it that the airplanes got, a transporter, what is it?
Transmitter.
Transmitter. And it registers who you are, and none of them have that. And have you seen some of the videos, like what they're doing, bro?
Yeah, the formations and all that.
Yeah, and then they disappear, and they seem to be moving pretty fast to be so big.
I mean, they're actually fucking jets that are drones. So, you know what I mean?
True.
They can
Yeah.
they can fly, you know what I mean? I don't know what those are per se. That's my whole thing. I don't know what that is. And if you're saying, well, I don't know what it is, then how can you say that it's not harmful or dangerous?
Yeah, I mean, they could program those things to just start what? One day
Crashing.
just yes.
Crashing into targets that they have.
Schools and hospitals and major roads and bridges and yeah, and that base right there. I don't know, man. But what do you guys think about those Jersey drones? Is it much to do about nothing? And if that is going on, I mean, it seems like years ago, Self, this would have been major news. Shit flying in our airspace.
Yeah, it's the size of a bus.
You remember what they did when that balloon from China? Remember what they did? They went right up there and shot that thing down. Remember the balloon last year from China?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Blame China for it, and it was over. Maybe this is a retaliation. They said you shot us down, you son of a bitch, and you blame China. Maybe that's what they did. All right, y'all, but that's all I got on the drones, bro. You got anything else on the Jersey drones? Oh, and they've been seeing them in other places though, not just Jersey.
Well, that broadcast we looked at said over Brooklyn. It didn't say much about Jersey. It was talking about the sighting of over Brooklyn. Like,
oh, she wanted to she wasn't getting a cheesesteak. That Karen on there, she was probably getting some. What did she get from Brooklyn? I don't know. I figure it out. It's pizza. All right. All right, y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Tonight we're talking about deny, depose, defend. We're going to break down this Epstein list really fast. And it's Jay-Z weird. And it's all of this an overplay for some sort of underlay, because Brother Wordsmith's been just saying that, they're covering something up, something that we should be focused on that we're not focusing on. And it's going to be huge. Yeah, it's going to be huge.
They're sneaking it in.
Yeah. All right. Let's jump to it, bro. Karen, deny, defend, depose. ABC 7, y'all. This is fair use. We're reacting to stuff. All right. Bots. This is a reaction to stuff video. I don't respect the bots.
They don't respect us.
That's right. Yeah, well, there you go.
Come on.
The man police say brazenly gunned down United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in New York City is in custody now after he was arrested.
His back
at a
looks fine to
McDonald's in
me.
Pennsylvania. Police say they've charged Luigi Mangione with that murder and 5 crimes in Pennsylvania. Police say when one of the officers asked Mangione if he'd been to New York recently, he, quote, became quiet and started to shake. Eyewitness News reporter Jory Rand here now with all the latest developments. Jory.
Mark, what a wild turn of events that happened here today in New York and in Pennsylvania.
I was wondering when they were going to cut his mic on.
The 26-year-old Ivy League graduate to the crime. A gun and silencer matching the one used in the
Defund
crime.
the Ivy League.
Clothing, a mask matching that of the killers. And a 3-page manifesto railing against the insurance industry, reportedly saying it had to be done. Tonight, 26-year-old Luigi Mangione in custody in Pennsylvania, charged with first-degree murder. He's believed to be the gunman who last week assassinated Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare in New York City. The nationwide manhunt coming to an end at a McDonald's in Altoona. A woman recognized Mangione and called police.
As soon as we pulled that down, or we asked him to pull it down, me and my partner and I recognized him immediately.
He had asked the suspect if he had been in New York City recently, and that really invoked a physical reaction from the suspect. He became visibly nervous, kind of shaking at that question.
When he was arrested, police say Mangione had this ghost gun that may have been made with a 3D printer similar to the weapon used to kill Thompson, along with a silencer known as a suppressor. He also had clothing and a mask consistent with the shooters, a passport, and multiple fake IDs, including this one used to check into a hostel in New York City where his unmasked
Open and
face
shut,
was captured on
Bob.
surveillance video.
The class of 2016 has been coming up with new ideas.
Mangione grew up in Maryland, where he was valedictorian of his high school and has a bachelor's and master's in engineering from the University of Pennsylvania. So why would someone like this apparently turn to murder? Well, police say when they arrested Mangione, they found 3 handwritten pages that police sources tell ABC News express anger at the insurance industry that included the quotes, "These parasites had it coming," and "I do apologize for any strife and trauma, but it had to be done."
It does seem that he has some ill will toward corporate America.
Some possible clues may be found on Mangione's Twitter account, which shows an X-ray of a surgically repaired spine. Those who knew him say he suffered a back injury surfing and needed surgery, but still suffered from the injury.
And I know it was really traumatic and difficult. You know, when you're in your early 20s and you can't, do some basic things, it can be really, really difficult. Never once talked about guns, never once talked about violence. He was absolutely a not violent person, as far as I could tell.
And today, the governor of Pennsylvania had a message for anyone viewing Brian Thompson's killer as a
Here's
hero.
the governor,
In
so.
some dark corners,
He put these governors
this
out
killer
there.
is being hailed as a hero.
They're the president of the
Hear me
state.
on this. He is no hero.
A potential motive still a bit of a guess at this point, but over the next few days, investigators will be working to fill in those gaps. Luigi Mangione was arraigned this evening. He'll likely be transferred to a Pennsylvania state prison as he awaits extradition to New York.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more
We
great ABC
got
7
some stuff to unpack here.
Yeah. It's just much too neatly put together.
Man, on the one hand, he's the smartest SOB. I mean, on the front end of that crime, man, they said he walked around the hostel for 2 weeks with the COVID mask on. They're making laws to make that illegal now. And I've been saying this for how long? The people
Since
working on
COVID.
Yes.
It's asinine that they're making you go into these places with masks on. You can't be identified.
And these Pookies
Although
and
they say
Ray Rays.
The AI can identify you through the mask.
Listen, man, nowadays I see somebody, they walk around with that mask on. I don't care who they like, unless they like old, you know what I mean?
I'm like,
yeah. Yeah, bro. Come on. You can't tell me you're worried about the Peter pandemic at this point. They're not even reporting any deaths anymore.
man, I'm shocked that they're still promoting the jab.
Yeah. All right. We can digress. All right. But yeah, back to this case. On the one hand, he's so smart. I'm not even talking about his academic achievements. And he's from a privilege. He's from a privileged family. Um, like he went on the bike, he 3D printed allegedly the gun and the silencer, 3D printed it all.
And then they say that it was the exact weapon used in the thing, and then later on it says the type of weapon that was used.
Well, because they got to do the ballistics.
Yeah, but
but
why
I
did
heard
they say that? Right?
Yeah,
Why did they say that it was the weapon? Then
it's programming. Yeah, it's programming.
Yeah.
And then they said that okay, they found his bag. He left his bag in Central Park, so he's smart enough to get rid of the bag, filled it with Monopoly money. But you're gonna walk around with the weapon. The
And
I
keep that
understand.
on you.
Yeah, I understand maybe the letter. But maybe he had planned it off himself. That's why he started allegedly shaking when they asked him if he had been to New York and he didn't have the balls to pull the trigger.
Did you notice that he had on a black jacket with a tan bag, and when they were first showing him with the gun and all that, and then when they were showing him later, he had on a tan jacket.
Like later that same day?
Yeah, with a black bag. That when they start putting out the photos of his face, that's in a completely different outfit.
Yeah, well, you could have just paid some Venezuelan $20 and said, "Hey, give me your outfit." They said he was riding Greyhound, and the lady, a Karen was in there. Said he was acting suspicious. Yeah, you guys say what you want about these Karens, but they got a nose for crime. They're gonna take a bite out of it, and so she reckoned she went by the eyebrows because he was wearing a covert mask. He in there acting suspicious, but I think she just thought he was like homeless, bro. Because when they showed him, he had on some real old tattered clothes, like you wouldn't have thought he was from privilege.
They said he must have had some different clothes in
Change
his
the clothes
bag
in that bag, yeah.
in Central Park.
Yeah.
And he said he was smart by going into Central Park too, because there's not as many cameras and all of that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, disappeared into the wind, but he's still walking around like a guy like this. He didn't watch any shows or anything that says you gotta get rid of that murder weapon.
I'm having a hard time believing this. You know what I'm saying? This case is just way too easy. Way too easy. It's put on a platter, and when it's put on a platter, it's usually a patsy when it's on a platter.
Correct, because somebody may have told him to go to that check-in and that specific hostel, and it's gonna be all good. And they talking about he in there flirting with somebody, but she said, "Take down your mask because I want to see your face." Laid out there on a platter, huh? Out there on a platter. That seems spook 101 right there.
It's very spooky. Very. And the speed in which they caught him. All of this.
Well, if they investigated every murder with that intensity, bro, this would be a much better world.
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, because that would mean they would be blaming somebody who didn't do it and putting it all up on a silver platter for everybody to see. And it wouldn't be the person that actually did it.
It's gonna be.
And I'm not saying that he did or didn't, but this looks too spooky. It just looks too spooky for me to put my faith in it.
I got a quote for you, based off what you just said. That's in my conclusion. That just fits what you just said, bro. You'd be surprised who it's from. Yeah, that's what I'd be saying, bro. They're like police work 101. But if we're gonna suggest that he's a peppermint patsy, who would have the motivation to murk him? Because when I first saw it, I thought it was a Venezuelan taking the shots.
Nah, I never thought that. I mean, he's high up in that situation, and they say that it was supposedly some.
I don't mean a random Venezuelan. I just thought the person taking those shots was a Venezuelan.
Right. Yeah.
Somebody snuck in across the border.
This was a professional. I don't know where he came from or who it was. It was not this guy though.
That's what I'm saying. Some of those Venezuelans are professionals, bro. That's
Because
what I'm saying.
they said that the gun jammed.
Yeah.
And the way he unjammed it and got it back cracking
And
immediately.
he stood over him.
Yeah.
You know, had the presence of mind to not use a car with the license plates readers, took a bus allegedly, according to them, all the way across, to get there. Why did he get there so early? Why did he get there like 2 weeks early? Maybe so they wouldn't be able to trace them all back on the cameras. I don't know. A lot of stuff ain't adding up. But I was asking who would be motivated potentially to off the CEO of United Healthcare? Board members?
Through the back channels, you know.
Backdoor board members?
Man, tin hat. He's a fake tin hat.
10 hat.
Yeah, they were
10,
saying
10 hat Tory wordsmith time.
they were saying that he was going to trick off about the industry and saying that they were hiding money and stealing money, and he was supposed to be testifying to that fact at some point.
He being who?
The guy that got killed.
So the CEO, he was a deep throat. He was going to expose alleged corruption within the company.
Within the insurance
industry.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's almost like Diddy going up against the alcohol industry.
Yeah.
Or Kobe was going up against, I forgot who he was going up to. It was big entertainment industry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He sure was.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Like, because the insurance, bro.
Yeah. And get you a bullet sandwich.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's the banks. the banks put their money into insurance.
Yeah.
So insurance and the banks, that's damn near the economy.
And who's saying this about the CEO? Where are you getting this from, bro?
Various
10
channels.
TikTok, 10 hat TikTok, which is going to be banned.
YouTube, and it's not going to get banned.
The Supreme Court already.
Yeah, watch.
They said, or they got to sell it to an American, so they'll have a shell company buy it, still be owned and operated by the Chinese.
You watch.
All right.
And if it is, it's only for a few days because 47 is going to come in and.
Yeah, his friend allegedly that they interviewed, I saw him on CNN, and he was saying that the guy never talked about any beef with any insurance company or anything like that.
Yeah, but he knew that he had, his back was fucked up and he didn't have no surgery. So that's what I'm wondering too. Why? If he's from privilege?
That's what I was about to say. They denied
the
surgery because his family's rich. Right. Exactly, bro. Bro. His family is rich. I forgot what they said they do, but they are rich, bro. Old money rich.
And why didn't they get him the surgery?
Right.
That's also not making sense.
Why wasn't he on their insurance? They can afford it. Maybe because he had those wacky rantings on social media.
Yeah, and some of these rich children, even though they're adults, they're children of rich people get cut off from their actions.
Right.
That happens as well.
And their views more so, less so than their actions. It'd be their views too, bro.
Yeah.
Wow. So his family didn't recognize him in that perfect picture they got of him?
I'm not. What are you talking about? Oh, they're not gonna tell. They're gonna take a book out of the Biden's playbook and take a play out of that, and what? Huh? Oh no, he's pardoned. Pardon him.
What I find interesting is, according to the bots, he has a big people. Like if you go through the comments in any of those videos, they be saying free Luigi. He had a lot of support from day one, to the point where even the governor had to say, anybody supporting him. But what I'm saying, bro, they're saying from the way left I'm surprised that his alleged support is only coming from the left. I know because this dude's the CEO, but the programming's somebody's doing something to the programming.
Well, you know how it goes, man.
He's a patriot.
They want to set up whatever model that they want, especially in these times when you got all this other stuff going on. It's really something going on deep because, and they're hiding it. They're gonna do it on a Sunday night at 2 or 3 in the morning, whatever it is. It'll be the only time it's talked about, whatever it is.
So that's a bigger deal because CEOs, one of the noobs, he's in security. I won't mention his name, but he said, he's been getting more details from executives, like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? All these guys, I'm CEO of this company,
These companies, these corporations are cutthroat, and they do a lot of fuckery.
You mean they're all like record companies?
Yeah, all of them.
From day one.
That's what they were formed for.
Which is why the founders of this country had banned them.
Yeah. They
You
banned so much of this stuff that's going on right now. Like the senators and the president, all them taking salaries and able to give themselves raises and all of these things of that nature.
People not being able to control our money, decide when we want to print it. Took that power. I mean, that's the most important power. I think it was one of the Rothschilds said, let me control.
It doesn't matter who's governing.
Who's controlling the religion and who's governing, and
control the money, and all those people fall in line.
The Vatican controlling religion and money.
Yeah. Vatican Bank did a bunch of stuff. Oh my God. The Vatican Treasury, man. Yeah. They financed Hitler. They financed Stalin.
So a potential theory you're saying is he had to be hushed.
Yeah.
The CEO.
Got him a bullet sandwich.
And this guy's a patsy. Because he was making rantings on the internet. You know what I mean?
He just looks too set up. And they was like, oh, he wasn't violent at all or anything. And they don't have nobody saying that he could, he had firearms and could fire them well. And if it jammed, he could get it back in order in seconds. And
maybe he concluded that I'm not going to live with this pain. And I'm addicted to these painkillers they've been giving me. You know what I mean? And I'm just going to go out with a blast and off myself.
And does it seem like somebody who can't do basic things could ride away on a distance on a bike? Just something.
That's
else
why I
that
said his
popped into
back.
my brain.
I've been saying the whole time, his back looks fine to me.
Yeah.
And the way he was riding that bike, but of course, maybe he had those good painkillers.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't him.
Wouldn't he have come out and said that? Turned himself in? Hey, listen. I know they got my face on.
No. Anybody
I was told
in this country, even,
I was told to go to that hostel about an engineering job.
Actually, we don't know what he said or not said.
Right. True.
So.
All right, we'll see. Well, he's a patsy. He's a lone wolf.
He could be. I mean, I don't want to, but it just seems too on a platter. It just seems like it's too easy.
It's all laid out there. He was super smart and super dumb all at the same time.
Yeah, and then caught him with his manifesto and
everything.
All of this, the gun,
everything. left DNA at the scene, a water bottle or something. He said he dropped it. You know what I mean? Something. It's just real clean.
It sounds like an episode of
Peppermint Patty.
Yeah. One of
All
the
right.
law shows sounds like that's what it really sounds like. Law and Order
Denied.
script.
Well, at this point, we'll see, because a guy like this should talk. And if he does talk, they can just open up the back door of the jail and let him go, after a year or so. Everybody forget about him. Nobody will care, except for the family and the victim.
Or they can say he hung himself and
Yeah.
let him out the back door.
Let him out the back door. Yeah. Knock that big ish nose off of him. Can we I'm probably shouldn't say that. All right. Denied, Depose, Defend, Epstein, Xmas, Jersey Jones. Jay-Z, we it? All right. That's what we on today, y'all. All right. This is our topic. We got a riddle, dome teaser. I offer you power, wealth, and fame, but in return, you'll lose your name. Sign on the line, your light to claim. Who am I in this Illuma booty game? Hmm? Yeah, that's a mixture of ChatGPT and me, the human interface of the ChatGPT model. I offer you power, wealth, and fame, but in return, you'll lose your name. Sign on the line, your light to claim. Who am I in this Illuma booty game? That's today's dome teaser. You guys have to the end of the show. Brother Wordsmith doesn't have an immediate thumbs up. Anybody in the chat who gets it today, you'll be that much smarter. Even if you attempt, you'll be that much smarter. Your brain's a muscle. Enough of the appetizers after you.
Let's quench the self-love nation's thirst.
Absolutely. Big up, Karen. And big ups to Midwest Festivals.
Yes, sir.
Ancestral Echoes is coming. Great music, great people. We gotta see what we're gonna come with, man, next week.
Is there a lesson for you, for anyone else looking at this?
Well, he's dead, so in general, you always have to be careful.
Either be Diddy or Epstein. It was something else you brought up.
Friend, I haven't talked to friends in a long time. It seems like they forgot about me. Let's make sure they keep it that way.
Okay, when you hosted for Diddy, did he catch any baby oil? We'll see. I hosted for Diddy. Yes, the wrong person, the wrong question.
Good. And make sure you keep the worm food away from my house while I'm gone. It gets messy. Too many insects start digging around. Remember when I cleaned up the worm food around your house? I kept a sample in case you need it.
I don't know what.
Okay. Man, we there's some people we need to bring back
into love. I mean, oh man, everything seems scripted. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This whole life and time is seem scripted. Like this is I've maintained a simulation, so and it just seemed more and more like it every day because
well, you see
it's
all this
unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, it's just talk about synchronicity, bro. Your first guess is not right. Synchronicity, the better half, she was normally picks it up from the grocery store or whatever. She could tell them when she's showing up, they'll bring it to the car. But the internet was down. She goes inside. She has to go inside, and she sees I'm not gonna say the name, but she sees a copper colored actress. You know what I mean? And they chop it up, and synchronicity. To your point, somebody could have just programmed that.
Yeah. A lot of synchronicities.
Yeah. I say it's you say it's a simulation. Yeah. Maybe it's all just semantics at this point. You know?
I mean, the creator of the simulation is, in effect, yeah, or at least our thinking of yeah. So two things can be the same and not, have the same interpretation.
Yeah, he's a computer programmer. He writes code. Well, he does everything.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's a perfect being or anything along those natures, which Yah is, but our conception of whoever created all of this is an all-powerful being.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It may not be. Maybe just a computer programmer.
Yeah. I always say, man, when I was a kid, I always believed my mother and father were God. They had to talk me down off of that.
Yeah, they programmed you right on up.
Yep. All right, man. So let's get to it. Deny, depose, defend. I wanted to start out with the Epstein list. All right. See, I think I can share this. There we go. Not now. All right, let's see. Screens. All right. I just want to I'm just going to go through these names. All right. Juicy Maxwell, Prince Andrew, Duke of York, second son of Queen Elizabeth II, the lady who coined the phrase the Windy City, the Mother Queen.
She what?
Yeah, she visited Shy, and she was dealing with your politicians out there. They asked her about what she thought of the city and politics, and she said Chicago is just one great big windy city. And we took it and ran with it, as Chicagoans do.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's the Mother Queen.
I didn't know what it. The what?
I'm just going by the programming. You say it's a simulation. That's what the program. That's what the program.
I'm questioning that because it's the devil incarnate or incarnate.
How can you deviate from the program? All right,
I can't. Shit, that's that's what the Matrix was about. We learned that.
All right. Bill Clinton, former United States president, and he signed that AFTRA. Is that it? Not AFTRA. The North American
NAFTA,
Free Trade Agreement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brought that in.
And everybody loved him and was so proud. Oh, we made so much money when he was in office.
Yeah.
And then he sent all the jobs overseas and we couldn't make the money no more.
Yeah. Donald J. Trump, businessman and former U.S. president. Donald Trump made the list. Okay. Hillary Rotten Clinton. Hillary Rotten Clinton made the list. And Diddy was asking, why did Ellen move out of the country?
Shit, it's a bunch of people on Diddy's list that's moving out the country now. They thought they got cleared because they was probably out of town when the Epstein list wouldn't drop. He was out of the country out there. And
Had to
Russell
come back.
Simmons ain't been in the country for a long time. He has his own list.
Nor has he chimed in on anything of a political nature.
Yeah, definitely not political. But I think he chimed in about the Diddler.
David Copperfield out there. American stage magician. John Connolly, New York police detective turned investigative journalist who investigated Epstein. You don't investigate me, you punk cop. You punk cop. Do you know you?
He might have went there to see what's going on.
All right. Okay, you saying he was undercover?
Yeah, they didn't know that he was going to be that guy.
He should have been redacted then. All right. Because these are the names that they put out there. And we're going to get into what we believe why some were put out and some wasn't. All right. Alan Dershowitz, prolific lawyer out there, always has a lot to say. Media pundit. He represented Epstein in 2000s. He represented Epstein in 2000s.
He's a devil. He's a devil.
Harvard educated.
Zionist at his highest.
He's the president of Harvard Law School for years.
So he's still.
All right, Drop Dead Gorgeous. Leonardo DiCaprio. Actor.
Oh,
film producer.
Diddy stuff too, boy. That he's out the country.
Famous. He's out the country too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Famous for his roles in Titanic and Inception. Al Gore out there. He's going to save the planet.
Man, please.
Former U.S. Vice President under Big Bill Clinton. And you remember Clinton had the allegations with the entouring.
Yeah.
Remember?
He did it.
Stop this for a second. Remember
he did it.
Well, first he claimed he didn't do it, but she kept the evidence. She actually, set him up.
Kept the on the blue dress.
Was that a
blue dress?
Was that a setup or was?
Yeah, it was a setup.
Or was she just nasty?
No, they were setting him up for blackmail.
Pink mail.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. But he did it after he said he didn't do it. He sure did do it. He's a hero now, though.
Yeah, because people made money.
Richard Branson out there, the flashy. I think he's a character. British billionaire and business magnate, founder of the Virgin Group. I always wondered why he named that company Virgin. Stephen Hawking. So, are you kidding me? British physicist and science author. I mean, come on.
you know, he's riding on this little cart or whatever.
Come on, you can't send that guy to a federal pen. I mean, rest his soul. But if he was,
I mean, he lived way longer than those people do with that disease. So
yeah, but they could have redacted.
Something very spooky.
They could have redacted his name.
No, they putting out some people there on that list on purpose that probably didn't do a goddamn thing.
Ehud Barak, former Israeli prime minister. Huh? Top Hebrew.
Top what?
Hebrewish.
Jewish, not Hebrew. You know, we're not calling them Hebrews. Jewish.
Hebrewish.
Well,
right.
They ain't even calling themselves that, so we're gonna leave it at Jewish because
Michael Jackson, famed musician known as the King of Pop. Ignorant. Marvin Minsky, the artificial intelligence pioneer. Maybe that's why he stepped down. So they tell him you better step down. I don't care what you tell the world. You come up with a highfalutin story about how you didn't trust it. You know what I mean? But you're going to step down because we got you on this list, which ultimately comes out anyway.
This is not the real list.
Let's go through what they released to the public.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey. You know, he's had some allegations.
Oh, yeah. Lots.
Yeah,
from young men.
Yes, he's monkey rapping them, like physically monkey rapping young boys in his hotel. A la what the allegations were against Ben Roethlisberger. But it wasn't boys, it had been him. And they were adults.
Yeah.
Actor known for his role in Seven, House of Cards. How did he have not put his best movie in there? With Kaiser Sose? Because, see, that was talking about the Illuma booty.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I want to bring no attention to that. George Lucas. He's a hero out there, Self. He's got him a copper-colored wife, does a lot of charities, got him a foundation, doing a lot for your city.
The devil.
All right. American film director and creator of Star Wars saga, which a lot of people said he just took the story of the Bible and twisted it up here and there and whatever.
No, he had a lot of contact with CIA. And gave him a lot of stuff.
Well,
he and the Close Encounters dude.
A lot of these guys are assets.
Yeah, I mean, but they were given the stories.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Them stories were. It's a lot of kind of truth.
Yeah.
In these stories.
Yeah. A lot of these guys we're going to be talking about are assets. Something Self Love and I have pointed out for years. I've always said, how are these guys? You're saying they're doing all these crimes and they're still walking free because they're celebrities. No, it's because they're assets. They've been compromised. You know what I mean? That's what, and they're going to hit that switch on them and put them away. All right. Jean-Luc Brunel, French model agency boss and alleged Epstein co-conspirator who died in an apparent suicide while awaiting trial. The old suicide self. What the heck? Let's see. What's his name? Jean-Luc Brunel.
Suicided him.
Yeah, let's see how they say he did it. How did Jean-Luc? This is about it. Brunel. This is why the algorithm be on my bum. How did Jean-Luc Brunel commit suicide? What method? Suicide is a sensitive topic. Yeah, got a picture of him right here on the jet with Epstein. Disgraced modeling agent. Okay, died by suicide in his prison cell. They opened up the back door.
Very common.
And it happened in Paris, man. Oh yeah, that's it. Capital, the home of the Lumba. It's actually not the home of the Lumba Booty, but it's their Shimes, their prize city. Often decline to confirm those details of Brunel's death. He was charged with monkey rap of minors over the age of 15 and sexual harassment, which is a crime in France. He was in despair. He's 75 years old, who was destroyed by the judicial media lynching, and we should question it. Our client firmly asserted he never abused any women. He made multiple efforts to prove it. His decision was not led by a feeling of guilt, but by a deep feeling of injustice. That's his attorney.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't women that he was doing. That's what I interpret from what he said.
Listen to this, though. The guards are supposed to have 5 checks on prisoners every night. You got a big witness like this, so you know what I mean? It's the government's job to make sure he gets to trial. Saudi said, while there was no closed circuit TV, yeah, let's send him somewhere where there's no cameras out there. That way we don't have to cut it off like we did when
they let Epstein go.
Inside Brunel's cell. Video in prison corridors proves that prison guards did not miss any of their checks. Saudi said Brunel died by suicide just after guard round of checks, which shows the strong will he had to off himself. He was initially arrested in Charles de Gaulle Airport. According to prosecutors, they always say he was trying to flee. They get you at the airport. Brunel was initially held in a probe into the rap of minors and trafficking minors for sexual exploitation in association with their probe. Yeah, the modeling agency is often.
Oh my goodness.
Often what do you call it? A shell company for pimping.
Oh yeah, and casting agencies too.
Yeah, yeah. Flew to Paris to provide testimony at a closed door. He was talking too, so.
Yeah, and he was talking and then offed himself. Come on.
I'm disappointed The alleged victim says she's disappointed she's not able to face him in the final trial. This is weird, but gratified that I was able to face him in person. If I got monkey wrapped, I'd be like, you know what I mean? Good riddance. I'd prefer that than seeing him in trial.
And have him to come to court and say he did anything to me.
Yeah.
That's just me, though. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I would probably want him dead. God forgive me. I was with the Virginia Griffey in court in Paris. She provided her powerful testimonies, devastating. Okay, they're not going to tell how he did it, Leslie. I guess he hung himself.
It's the only way in prison, ain't it?
I guess. I mean, he could have taken a pill. You know, the coroner, somebody's got to come out there and say something, cause of death. You know, suicide by asphyxiation, suicide by strangulation, suicide,
I don't know what they got to say in France. If they
Je
got to
parle
say anything,
Je
he's
parle
dead.
français.
Yeah, he's dead.
Look at that. Kate Blanchett, Australian actor who starred in The Lord of the Rings and Tar. See, some of these people may have been assets, and you know what I mean? And you know, Naomi Campbell, British model. They don't talk about none of these people.
Oh, Jaguar Wright does. Oh, she does.
Oh, wacky Jaguar, right.
Nah, I'm not gonna start that.
Heidi Klum, German U.S. model.
Mm-hmm.
Sharon Churcher, British journalist. Bruce Willis out there. Wow. Wow.
They say he's not doing very well right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's got dementia.
Yeah, something horrible. Bianca Jagger, activist and wife of Rolling Stones frontman Mick Jagger. Wow. Bill Richardson out there. I don't see him. Remember, he used to be all over Fox and all over the place, MSNBC, talking, getting checks. He's on the list, former governor, New Mexico. Cameron Diaz.
I'm not surprised by anybody on the list.
Glenn Dubin, an American hedge fund manager who was allegedly friends with Epstein. Oh, the hedge funds guy. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. Eva Anderson, Noam Chomsky, linguist and political philosopher. How about this one? Chris Tucker.
Oh yeah, that's what not Chris, Cat Williams said that.
American comedian and actor known for his role in the Rush Hour films.
He said, now we got the Epstein Island Chris Tucker. Now we the other Chris Tucker been gone.
Yeah. The Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson, former wife of Prince Andrew. He might have been into some hanky-panky.
Oh, yeah.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Is this why he got kicked out of the Democratic Party? Is this the real reason why he didn't have a serious bid for president? Because people had to keep saying, right, well, Trump's on the list. He won.
I'm just saying, some of these people are straight smokescreen.
They call him an American politician and conspiracy theorist. They actually put that in description for Robert F. What am I doing?
Yeah, you know why?
Why?
Because he was calling out Corbett.
From the Independent. Okay.
He was calling it out, saying that this is some BS. These people that are saying this is that are all on some BS. He was calling it out the whole time. He was the one that's saying that the mask was like having a link fence to keep out mosquitoes because the virus is so small, and having, it was nonsense making that happen, and that it was harmful to the people wearing the mask. It was horrible. He couldn't be president because he talks like this, or he couldn't have anybody out there that talks like so unsure.
Yeah.
I listen to him talk, I'm like, oh. Your brothers or your uncles or whoever they are to you didn't talk like that at all.
Some of these people, probably knows Virginia Roberts. Wow. She didn't change her name already. Smart. I don't see anybody else that jumps out at me. Hold on. I'll tell you what. Joe Pagano, man. Is that the football coach? Who'd he coach for? They didn't put nothing. Is that him? It's got to be him. Where was he coaching and he ended up getting fired?
Not sure.
They didn't see, they got Detective Joe Riccieri, another detective's on there. You're assuming they're investigating. Or you're just saying it's possible.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's possible. I'm not bumping for any of these people.
The chief
I
Michael
know some of
Ryder.
these people are just smokescreen. It's not, they ain't
But
put the full list out.
he would have been smart to get all of the top cops, to get all of them compromised before he started his endeavor. That could have been what happened.
Yeah.
He could have had all of the key players compromised.
And
Because
the dude came out of nowhere. We talked
Yeah.
about him before. He got all this money out of nowhere. So it's
charming, great storyteller. Sounds like, a spook.
he definitely was a spook, and it probably wasn't a US spook.
Who you think? Hebrewish?
Oh, Epstein. And not Hebrewish. We're gonna stop that term. Jewish or ish people. We're not connecting them to Hebrew at all. Let's not do that. No.
All right. Yeah, I think Judith Lightfoot. Mm-hmm.
It's
All right, bro.
Larry's sister.
Well, when Larry got married, who took whose name? How does that work?
I think they both still have their names. I don't
Okay.
think it the wife of Larry Lightfoot, Lori Lightfoot, I'm sorry.
Now I heard
AKA Larry Light Blunt.
Now I heard Barack Obama was on the list.
Yep.
So why would he be redacted?
Michelle.
Why are they redacted and Bill Clinton's not?
They've not put the full list out there. I don't think I don't think he was an asset.
Yeah, but I'm saying why would they not have their names on this list?
Assets, not assets.
Right. Still playing a game, not playing a game.
Yeah.
Caught up doing something. Know too much. Not at the top of the game.
Well, they say some of these people are,
Bill and Hillary, bro.
Deceased. You saw that. I didn't hear Bill Gates. I didn't hear his wife.
Did you hear his response to that lady's question?
Yeah, because he definitely on that list. He was trying to say that he wasn't a part of any of that, but that's the reason why his ex-wife said she left him.
And to get half of his estate.
She was from a wealthy motherfucking family too already, but
but come
that
on,
goes without
she's
saying.
married to Kermit the Frog with autism.
Who had his own girlfriend that he loved and hung out with all the time.
Well,
part of their marriage agreement.
Well, they said, what did he ask him? She said, what would your message be? Like, what have you learned? What would your takeaway be for you and anybody else, who might be listening?
He's dead. So
he's dead, so we have to be careful. That was almost like a low-key threat. Like, yeah, like he's dead. Like, you know what I'm saying? So y'all keep talking and dropping the list and all that. I mean, you could take it either way, but he's like, yeah, that's what he said. He's dead. And then he said, I
There's a
gotta
lot of
be more.
kooky people that say a bunch of these people are already dead. What's the name of that group? They call them wacky conspiracy theorists. And they said that they had a whole list of people.
Well,
Said
who
they
else?
had
Who else?
COVID.
Who else supposed to be on it that you heard?
Ellen.
Ellen DeGenerate.
Yeah.
Was
The Carters.
Was Wendy Williams on it? Because I know she's
No.
she's got dementia. Speaking of dementia, bro, she's
Well,
bad.
they're saying that Diddy's got something to do with that.
That would not surprise me at all.
She was the first to out him.
That would not surprise me at all.
Yeah.
So who else? You got any other names?
The Carters, Sean and Beyonce.
Beyonce too?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And there's so many actors.
Wait, Sean Carter, Beyonce,
Tom Cruise,
Jay-Z?
Yeah. Tom Cruise, damn.
Ice Cube?
No.
Common?
No.
So it's only a certain type.
Yeah. What's that dude's name? That did the running, the running dude, the semi-retarded running dude.
The rapper?
No.
Semi-retarded running dude.
Movie. It's a movie. Tom Hanks.
Oh.
Him
You
and
talking
his
about
wife.
Forrest Gump?
Yeah, I still couldn't think of it. I'm so glad you came up and said it.
Semi-retarded. I think he was autistic or something, bro. I don't think you can say semi-retarded. It's 2024.
I can say what I want to say.
All right. Yeah, all right.
What's the best
Who
description?
else?
You figured it out.
Who else? You figured it out. I didn't figure it out.
You said Forrest Gump. I didn't.
You said Tom Hanks before that.
Right.
You were trying to figure out his name.
Yeah. But the movie, I still was trying to think of the movie the whole time. That's why I said you figured it out.
Okay. Who do you expect? Who else was redacted?
There's a lot of actors, and it was more so-called royalty from overseas. It wasn't just Prince Andrew and his ex-wife.
Yeah.
And
you see that Rothschild just died in a fire. Yeah, Rothschild was living in the hills here in Cali, bro, in the Hollywood Hills, bro. Rothschild.
Which one? Because there's so many of them.
They said his name, but I can't remember. They claim he wasn't really doing, but he's old, bro. Like they're making it sound like the old cigarette fell, dropped the old cigarette and burned it up. Yeah, he was a hoarder, but he's a Rothschild. And that's how he died. He died alone in a fire.
Yeah, that doesn't sound suspicious.
I was like, I didn't even know a Rothschild lived there. Neighbors, yeah, he was always, driving. He had some nice cars. Yeah, he was probably on the list. Is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? There had to be some Rothschilds on that list, bro.
Yeah. It's crazy. They should just put the whole list out and stop playing.
Why won't they? Why are some named and others unnamed?
Because there's people that are in control if it gets out or not on the list. That's it. That's all.
Bro, they said somebody hacked the major cell phones. And I think that's how a lot of this could be coming out too. They always blame like governments, but it could just be some social hackers. And they're not doing it like to get money and blackmail. They exposing information. They're going after like influential people, bro.
Yeah, the article that you sent me stated that these were they got more people added to the list, so it was already not a partial list, and it was from a case where the judge decided that it had to be these names had to be released because they were blocked. They weren't allowed to come out. They were all Jane and John Doe, and the judge decided that all these names on this particular list needed to come out.
Yeah, we need to get that judge's name and follow how long he'll be.
They're still alive.
All right. But like you said, though, if somebody's controlling the list, they probably knew, hey, we got to release something. And these are the people we're throwing to the wolves out there, right? Collateral damage.
The other list, it had a bunch of people on it, like Fred the Godson was on there. He was a rapper. It was a lot of people on the first list that's not on this list. And they weren't redacted. They were put out there on Front Street.
So something we talked about earlier.
Will Smith.
Willie Smith, huh?
Yeah, it was a bunch of people on it that's not on this list that was on the list.
Was Jada on it?
I don't remember her being on it.
Cameras in prison were turned off before Epstein committed suicide, allegedly. He was in the most secure ward where the whole point was to prevent suicide. Steps away from the attending guards, and he somehow pulled this off. And they said the 24-hour cameras were cut off for 1 hour, allegedly cut off for 1 hour. And that's why we can't look. You know, when people say you need cameras, you know what I mean? Cameras, make sure everything. Somebody can come by and take all the data, encrypt it, and
erase it.
Nobody ever see it again. Yeah, give me your video. You say you saw it? Yeah. Yeah, we looked at it, and our FBI investigator said it was a fake video. It can't be used.
Yeah, so we erased it.
Yeah. And the poor smuck who turned it in. Car accident a few months later.
Or pneumonia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then his wacky family, one member of the wacky family would be coming out. I mean, one wacky member of the family would be coming out talking about, the person was deleted, and the media controls this shit. All right. And who controls the media?
It's less than 7 companies now. I think it's 5 or 4.
So in your opinion, and YouTube, we're just,
strictly
our
opinion. That's it. That's all. Don't know if it's true, not just what we think.
The Epstein murder, more likely death via suicide, death via murder, or alive? Is Epstein still alive?
Alive.
Yeah. My late mom told me she had a vision years ago. They'd be letting those people out of jail. She said they used to always say that in the cop community. They let certain people right out of jail, have a big show so that everything don't burn down. They learn how to do it. Yeah, we got the guy who shot.
We got him. He's locked up. Oh, he unalived himself. Straight to the plastic surgeon.
And then straight to the next news cycle fast. Like the Vegas shooter who went to that concert and allegedly got off all those rounds. Bro, they still haven't got into the whys.
Oh, we ain't even heard nothing about him. I don't even know his name. I mean, I know they put that all out there, but I'm just saying how fast the news cycle spin that I forgot about that until you just mentioned it, actually.
Hey, what happened to all the wacky shooters that were going around every month or two shooting up everything? It stopped just like COVID. Just remember the people were slapping the Asians. You had the wacky black people, copper people out there knocking out old Asians. They stopped all of a sudden.
It wasn't really a thing. It really wasn't a thing. They just, they had to do something for that community. And, day one, they did. I don't know if they helped them get elected or whatever, if that was
I
part of
said it, bro. The
their whole
guys you
thing.
saw doing it, bro. I was like, this guy was a paid actor.
Yeah.
Nobody runs around knocking out senior citizens like that. Unless you pay somebody on meth and fentanyl, you know what I'm saying? It made no sense. Or
Yeah,
told them, if you don't knock that old lady out, we're gonna kill you for that money you owe us. Something.
Yeah, doesn't make sense to beat up old people.
Yeah, you're telling me that bill stopped everybody?
No, it wasn't a thing.
They sure made it look like a thing.
They can make anything look like anything. That's what Malcolm X said, that you could make the person that's being abused look like the abuser.
Hey, wait till you hear the conclusion. Wait till you hear the
fucking media.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Do your thing, bro.
Yes, sir. It's the Self Love Show. We do it for our people. It went down low. Equal. Tory Wordsmith 9 Mills. You know how the story go? Self Love Show. Yo. Y'all know how it is. What's going on? It's going down and up and all around. Deny, depose, defend. Epstein, Christmas list. Jersey drones, Jay-Z weird. Oh, got into the drones, Epstein list. There we're going to get into the meat of some things. Until then, we have some great videos for your edutainment. Check them out, and we'll be right back at you in a few.
And to love yourself is to love others. To love others is to love yourself. And so if you don't speak negatively in your mind and out of your mouth about yourself, it's going to become next to impossible to do that about someone else.
Once you realize the science of self, because we're all part of the same being, and we're the cells of the creator, and we should treat each other as such and accordingly.
And know that words and thoughts are vibrations.
They are things. They are actual things. They
exist.
Yeah, people feel them whether you know they do or don't. Whether they know you or don't. It's all in the vibe or vibrations.
Yeah, but if you got a calcified third eye,
it's still stuff you feel.
All you want is product. I'm not denying it. I'm just saying, there's a lot of calcification out of you.
Yeah, they still feel it.
Moses fleeing the people from Pharaoh.
Right, let my people go.
40 years in a desert.
Manna.
Let's talk about what manna truly is. And
Agnostics in the Middle East right now saying manna is Peter.
Can we put some sensibility to that? Being in the desert, and our Father, the Creator, loves us beyond. He's gonna rain down bread in a desert. Moses summoned the strongest men for them to dig, and that's where the whole term of so it is above, so it is what?
Below.
That means that Moses had the science for them to dig and find water.
Yeah, like the elephants can do.
So what do you find, even in a desert, when you dig down and find water? Do you find bread or do you find plants?
And I thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format, very solid, it don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the Black community, for real. Like people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro.
They're so ignorant.
Hey, but this platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to
the
Chicago,
South Shore.
Crazy thing about it.
This platform
is made for you and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
Yes, those Self Love Show rocks on.
The Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. We do it for our people. The Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show. To expose they don't
equal.
The Self Love Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. We wordsmith 9 mils.
Yes, sir.
The Self Love Show, you know how the
Story goes. Self Love Show. We're back. And we're going to get in on that last part and get deep. Is Jay-Z weird? A lot of people say so. A lot of people say so.
Facts. Bro, two things I want to cover. Remind them, we got to remind y'all that get out of here, cat. The riddle. All right. Nobody solved it yet. I offer you power, wealth, and fame, but in return, you'll lose your name. Sign on the line. Your light to claim. Who am I in this Illuma Booty game? Yeah, your guess is kind of, I guess, kind of there. Brother Wordsmith said, I think he said the music industry. That is not what we're looking for out there. It's not what we're looking for out there. Also, I wanted to cover, delay, deny, defend, describing allegations leveled at insurers who avoid paying claims. And maybe this is what the CEO was going to expose. The AP reported Thursday. The phrase adopted by critics of the healthcare industry refers to ways insurance companies delay paying claims, deny valid claims in whole or part, and defend their actions by forcing claimants to enter expensive litigation. According to Delay, Deny, Defend, Why Insurance Companies Don't Pay Claims and What You Can Do About It, a book on the topic was published in 2010. The book claims to be an expose of insurance injustice and a plan for consumers and lawmakers to fight back. It was written by Jay Feynman, an expert in insurance and law professor emeritus at Rutgers University out there, who set out to show companies denying valid claims was the result of an increasing and systematic focus on maximizing profits by major companies such as Allstate, State Farm. Though police haven't publicly said the motive for Thompson's killing was related to his work, United Health Group, which oversees United Healthcare, is one of the nation's largest healthcare insurers, was ranked 19th on Forbes' list of the world's biggest companies this year and has a market capitalization of more than $560 billion. The New York Times reported last year that United Healthcare plans had denial rates ranging from 7% to 27% in 2019. And AP reported United Healthcare, along with other for-profit insurers, have become frequent targets for criticism for denying claims and making it harder to get the care they need. 55%, that's the percentage of American adults who are able to access and afford quality health care when they need it. The number is the lowest it's been since the groups began tracking healthcare affordability. Thompson was 50, took over as CEO of United Healthcare, the health insurance division, in 2021 after being with the company since 2004. He was shot Wednesday morning just before 7 on his way to United Health Group investor meeting in New York. Yeah, how'd the guy know? Did he do some social hacking? You can do social hacking and call and say, I'm a
No, that
smart
was
guy.
a hit.
Fan.
That was a hit.
But you can call the assistant and say, I'm a smart
Well,
guy.
You know the guy had security, but they weren't.
Did he have security?
They weren't on that day.
Stop it.
He was the CEO of 19th country, company in Forbes.
Yeah, he had some
went
corporate
around with
thugs.
security.
Yeah.
He went around with security. But
Wow.
not that day.
Wow.
Not that day.
So I want to start this segment with a quote. I don't believe none of this shit. You could tell me about Puffy. You could about anybody. You could tell me on the news, the weather, the sky is blue. I'm not going to believe the shit because I'm in it now and I know what they did. One more time. I don't believe none of this ish. You could tell me about Puffy. You could tell me about anybody. You could tell me on the news, the weather, the sky is blue. I'm not going to believe this ish because I'm in it now and I know what they did. That was R. Kelly talking from behind bars to Whack 100. He also warned that those making jokes, which I know I've said multiple times when R. Kelly was going through it, those making jokes about Diddy's situation could be next, highlighting his distrust of the justice system and the potential for false accusations, which you've been pretty much saying the whole show. I mean, he was saying, man, they control everything,
They do.
And you can just control the narrative, and this can be done to anyone, is what he's saying. If he's just a bad person, a bad example.
Yeah. Yep. He is, because
They got
over a
him on tape.
long period of time.
Weird.
Over a long period of
Weird.
time. He got off time and time again until he didn't.
Oh, well,
And
what they finally convicted him for had nothing to do with underage girls.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. But yeah, I saw what I believe to be underage girls with him at a public restaurant, 1, 2 in the morning. You know what I mean? But what up, Kills?
Well,
all right.
They can lock anybody up for anything. So no matter who you are, whether you did it or not.
But you got to shape public opinion, right? Just like when they had those lynch mobs back in the day. You get the public all riled up, right? Just keep telling them something happened. And then they come out there. Let's see what I'm looking for. Yeah, and they come out there, bro. Oh, my bad. All right, we got a video we're going to look at.
And now to that emphatic and determined denial from one of the most recognizable names in the world.
NBC News was the first to report that Jay-Z is being accused of raping a 13-year-old girl at a party back in 2000.
Tonight, NBC4's Camilla Rambaldi is in our newsroom with more on the new lawsuit. Camilla.
Jonathan and Kathy, the
Never should have made that 444 album.
accuser in this civil lawsuit is only being identified as Jay.
He did so much outside of that he's made enemies.
Doe. The suit was initially filed back in October in New York. Sean Diddy Combs was listed as a defendant. Jay-Z's name was added to the lawsuit that was refiled today. Bombshell allegations Sunday against Jay-Z. A civil lawsuit is accusing the rapper, whose legal name is Sean Carter, of allegedly raping a 13-year-old at a house party in New York with Sean Diddy Combs after the MTV Video Music Awards in 2000. NBC News was the first to break the story. The lawsuit was filed by Texas attorney Tony Busby, who also represented socialite Rebecca Grossman, the woman convicted of second-degree murder in a crash that killed 2 boys in Westlake Village. Here's entertainment correspondent Chloe Malas.
So there's no telling what other bombshells and allegations are going to be coming out when it comes to Sean Combs, either against him or naming other celebrities. And I think that all we can do is continue to stay on the story.
It's a story about Jay-Z, but they keep showing Diddy. Well, Diddy was part of the same allegation, though.
Yeah, it was an add-on to a Diddy lawsuit already. They added his name into it, so they was already on Diddy. So, and
I think
they doing that, so they're connecting them. They're that's how they connected them in everybody's mind as part of the programming. It's subliminal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And it's not just Busby. There are other attorneys filing these civil complaints. And also keep in mind that New York prosecutors, they are still in that grand jury process trying to bring
That's supposed to be Diddy. It looked like R. Kelly.
So that could mean more criminal charges.
A statement from Carter Sunday, which also included personal accusations against Busby, reads in part, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case." The statement goes on to say, "My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down."
I think what's significant is that Jay-Z is coming out swinging. He's a private person. He doesn't do interviews often. He doesn't make statements often.
Attorneys for Sean Diddy Combs also releasing a statement. It reads in part, "As his legal team has said before, Mr. Combs has full confidence in the facts and the integrity of the judicial process. In court, the truth will prevail that Mr. Combs never sexually assaulted or trafficked anyone, man or woman, adult or minor." Here's entertainment attorney Jonathan Handel on whether this civil lawsuit could become criminal.
And first-degree rape in New York does not have a statute of limitation that you can look back as far as necessary. There's a real possibility and a likelihood that the authorities will investigate a potential criminal case here. And if they're able to develop evidence that seems to them to be sufficient, there is a significant possibility.
Now, monkey rappers, it's just a sickness. You usually don't do it once. So you can have a flurry of other girls saying, well, this happened to me and this happened, which is how it normally happens, whether it's true or not, but that's normally how it happens. Now you're going to see a floodgate of other ladies coming out saying, oh, yeah, this happened to me too. And I was too afraid to come out and talk about it.
We have reached.
Well, on Pierce, well, I almost said Bronson, but I know it ain't that. Pierce, the
Morgan.
guy with the show. Piers Morgan. There you go. There it is. That what it is. That fit right there. Jaguar Wright said that she had 3 people that were ready to testify and come out against the Carters. Jay-Z initially, but both of them, they were underage. So we'll see. They like to say it's wacky conspiracy theory, but their shit tends to come out as facts.
Yeah, she could be part of all this shit.
Out to Tony Busby, the attorney who
she said that she knows she's dirty and some shit. She was there for a lot of stuff. Not that she was involved, but she was a sex worker herself. So she,
right.
That's her, right. That's why she knows this stuff, and she was there. And she said that she was with Cat Williams for a while, and he taught her how to collect information and all this shit like that. But whatever. I don't know. I wasn't there. I just hear people say stuff. Can't really have an opinion of it because I don't know for sure or not. And then it comes out later, which is all part of the program itself. Because this program, man, is they are attacking these people. There's a lot of top people that are getting, so-called top people are getting attacked. Gatekeepers, mind you, all of them, but they're getting attacked. But
what did Jaguar Wright say her motivation is for coming out with all this now?
Well, she's claimed to have been personally abused by Sean Carter. And she what really triggered her was the death of dude in the Roots. And the death of her son. Her death of her son was first, then dude in the Roots, man, it was Black Thought, and I can't even think his name. This is terrible. But when he died, that's the first time I ever really, heard of Jaguar Wright. I mean, I know she sang and all that and was good at it, but when she started talking about that, and she went through all them people, and then she started talking about Diddy after Kim Porter died. And then she started talking about Jay-Z. She started mixing them in probably about 18 months, 2 years ago. But she said she was personally attacked by him, cut with a box cutter and whatever. I don't, whatever she says, but it's personal with Diddy and Jay-Z with her.
Allegedly.
No, that ain't alleged. It's personal between her and them. Now, the shit she says is alleged. But it is personal between her and that. There ain't no alleged behind that. She's my empathic ways feels that. It's personal.
Filed the suit against Jay-Z. We are waiting to hear back. Sean Diddy Combs' trial for his federal sex trafficking charges is scheduled for early May. In the newsroom, Camilla Brown.
What do you think about his statement about it?
I didn't have a problem with it. I didn't have a problem with it. I mean, there's some hell of allegations, bro.
Yeah, from 20 plus years ago.
I would have added that I'm pursuing this and I'm filing a countersuit. Like mine would have been stronger. I mean, because
he said I'm a different type. You think I'm a regular entertainer, and I'm not. I came from RC Projects, and we live by this code and all of this and all of that. And he talked crap about the law firm and the lawyer. The ambulance chaser in a cheap suit.
Yeah. Could be. I mean, you mentioned that, how do you say person A, and how do you say person A did this to me when I was 13? It was violent, it was horrible, and it was awful. And then weeks later say, and person B did it too. Why wouldn't you have that in the initial complaint?
Well, I will say this for that lawyer. He said weeks ago that he had hundreds of people saying stuff, and he needed to vet through all of it. So the initial might have just been about him, about Diddy. And then when he met with her and all that, he that got added in.
No, I ain't going. No. We're talking about violent monkey rap at the age of 13. Who's ever making a complaint to the lawyer is not going to leave out person B was there and all of the allegations she's making against Jay-Z. You would simply have that in the initial complaint, your initial statement to your lawyer, or anybody who's listening to you. You're naming everyone who was there, and there's no reason why you wouldn't. Now, are you saying the lawyer didn't understand or didn't get all that information at once? She's one person that he's taking a statement from.
Didn't get any of it at once, because if you got hundreds of complaints, you're going through them.
Right, but that's the complaint from one person.
Yeah.
He went through it, and it didn't have Jay-Z's name on it. She had a complaint and said what happened to her allegedly in that hotel was Diddy and some other people. Jay-Z's name was never initially mentioned in the complaint. They later added Jay-Z's name to the complaint. That's all I'm saying. I don't know how I can be, man, I got pummeled, and it was this guy. Well, maybe if you're, what I'm saying, bro.
I feel you don't trust none of the shit. I understand that.
Yeah.
I feel similarly.
But are you more surprised by his arrest or the allegations? His arrest for being weird or the actual
He
allegation?
got arrested?
Well, not his arrest, but his
I mean, shit, this is just allegations.
No, not his arrest.
It's a civil
Yeah,
lawsuit.
Yeah. Were you more surprised by not his arrest, but his him being named?
Not at all, because like I said, I've been listening to Jaguar Wright and hearing what she has to say, and being not one-sided or the other, and I see stuff coming to fruition.
Well, let me say this. You've always known I thought both those guys were extremely low vibrational from day one.
Yeah.
All the music they made was jumping on a yacht and women shaking their butt and popping champagnes and right. So then he's doing this thing with Kells. And then they were beefing over Aaliyah.
Not only that, but do you know who financed, according to Jaguar Wright? So I don't know if this is real or not. She said
Foxy Brown?
No, Jay-Z financed the surviving R. Kelly.
You see? And Foxy Brown, she was underage when
15.
Yeah.
Rihanna, 15.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they even said with Beyonce was young. That's when he was really messing around or hollering at her or whatever.
Trying to. I don't know if that happened. Her father was there for a while and then he got removed.
So I don't want to say that. First off, because she said her dad came and picked her up. She was distressed, called her dad. How does your 13-year-old daughter end up in such a place? And how is she allowed to get in such a place looking 13? You know how many people she's got to walk? I'm not saying it didn't happen, but do you know how many weirdos from the security
all the way back to, and way before this, Whitney Houston was 12, 13-year-old singing in bars at bar time.
Yeah, and you got these it's been going on forever. Groupies.
And if your parents, are not on top of it and with you at all times, then weird things can happen to you, because people that you admire and look up to are suddenly
inviting you someplace.
Yeah, they're there and they're supposed to be mentoring you, and this is the type of mentorship that they're bringing you into.
What do you make of the long delay of reporting it?
Just as with anything else, fear of not being believed because who these people are, and
so the dad was afraid too.
They can have anything.
It's
Like
possible she didn't tell her
dad, the dad part, I can't speak for that. I don't know this people.
It's possible she didn't tell her dad.
It's possible dad sold her to them.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Well,
that's possible too.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we're just discussing possibilities because these are all allegations.
Because that's, you come pick her up from that, then shit, I'm going fucking buck.
I see what you're saying, though. They do. She said that they had her sign a non-disclosure, which isn't legal. She's a minor, and then they said
it's not legal if they do something illegal.
Right, right.
Goes out the window.
That's why it's not legal for a minor to sign it because they don't understand any of that. So it's possible, like you said, she didn't think anybody would believe her. She's against the big machine. She still had dreams of becoming a singer or whatever. They strung her along on those lines. Everybody does this. You're never gonna make it in this business if you go out there talking and blah, 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 blah. And then finally when Diddy got thrown under the bus, she was like, okay, now people will listen,
Yeah. Exactly what I'm saying. Yep.
Now,
as a possibility.
As a possibility. As a possibility. How deep, because you mentioned somebody's name, you mentioned the Queen Bee. How deep, if we assume just based off he was fucking with Kales, if you assume Kales was weird, they all hung out. Dame Dash had some things to say a while back, about how J. Roll, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you get the guys and, there's a 30, 40-year-old women, and then this guy's over there, talking to the ones who look like they could be under 17. It's a thing. I don't know. I'm not judging. Well, maybe I am. But I'm saying, could Queen Bee be weird too?
Yes. It's very much amongst the possibilities.
She's possibly one of his victims.
She's, and possibly a cohort.
Yeah, but could have been a victim when she was young by him.
It is possible. Her father could have did that. Well,
her father might have had nothing to do with it.
They claim he was 19. Shit, her father was her manager, and he was there for a whole lot of shit until they cleared him out.
Yeah, but that don't mean he had something to do with Jay-Z. If he, that don't mean he was okay, because that would have been early and he probably wouldn't have known Jay-Z was even like that. I'm saying that don't mean he was complicit in it if something did happen to Beyonce. If he did know her before she was of age, he didn't necessarily have to be a knowing participant.
Right. They were saying like he was all over her though. He wasn't, she didn't get to go off by herself. So, or at least that's what the narrative is. So that's what I'm speaking on, the narrative. He was very.
So the mom don't have nothing to do with it? Just the dad gets all the blame? The mom would have been there. That's why you got two parents. The mom would be there and say, well, I don't care who he is, get your arms off my daughter.
Yeah, but the narrative was the dad was the manager and he was there all the time. She wasn't there all the time.
All right. So
that's the narrative. So I don't know. I wasn't there for none of it.
No, I mean, bro, I mean, you almost look like, and they say these cats be selling their souls, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then it ends up in quote unquote suicide or whatever. And this could be what they signed up for. They could have taken a blood oath with the Illuminati, and it always ends in blood, and a lot of people, the bloodsuckers around you get all your money.
Well, it's some really, really nasty stuff that none of this is really talking about the surface. This is just the very, very surface of it with young children and all of that.
Yeah, bro, this has been going on for years, man, in Hollywood, bro. Like, and the rock stars and shit, they were called groupies, bro.
Yeah, this goes back thousands of years, some of the rituals and stuff that they're doing. And, Hollywood was created to present an atmosphere for them to be able to do these things and boost the whole institution of Hollywood, if you want to call it that. They've been doing these rituals for a very long time, and people to get famous do stuff that normal people would not do.
Yeah, somebody said, Madonna. Let me see. I know what you.
They say that Beyonce. I got off track. They say Beyonce is a witch, and so is Madonna. Madonna's like the master witch because she ain't even that talented. And all in halftime shows and all of the fucking award shows are rituals, man. They do a live ritual for everybody that's watching, and you're a part of it because they gave them your attention.
Look at this, man.
Yeah, all in shows.
Look at that in the background.
I know. I went to a fucking concert with a Beyonce and Jay-Z concert, and I was looking the whole time like, this is some totally ritual shit. Got a stadium full of people focused in on them, giving them so much energy and power.
This ain't even the most recent one, when it was literally, she mentioned Satan and everything, bro. Like, literally said a prayer to Satan in the middle of it started show. They had fire, ring of fire. Like, yeah, they said Diddy was sacrificing birds and stuff, bro.
Man, what they ain't saying is children, babies. That's what they ain't talking about. That blood.
Well, what if I said Diddy and Jigga could be examples of modern Black Wall Street?
You could, if so many people that they worked with.
If they weren't complicit.
Right. I'm just saying, if so many people that they work with are not doing well or failing, and
correct,
and you did what you needed to do for you, and then just discarded people, and left and right, and both of them have done that. I mean, you could look at it.
Basically, if they weren't complicit, part of the game, they weren't righteous. That's what I was asking earlier, where some of these other guys mentioned, and they haven't been. You don't hear about Chuck D, certain cats, bro. Wouldn't be surprised if you hear LL name get caught up in some of this.
Oh, it is. Not on the same level, but
yeah.
He likes transies.
Wait, who does?
LL.
Oh, that don't surprise me. He's always rubbing Vaseline on his lips, him and Diddy. You've repeated incessantly that the Diddy media proliferation is an overplay. Not saying he's innocent. Could this be an overplay either to the Epstein documents or something else? And
it's something.
What?
It's something else. I'm not
you got
sure.
Drones. You got this.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's a whole lot of distraction. That's why you got to meditate and try to see what they sneak in, and you got to find it from the alternative media, because The main media is not going to say a damn thing. And these so-called people think they avoid karma if they print it or put it out somewhere for people to see, which ain't, this simulation is going to equal out. And people doing bullshit is going to be stopped. That's where it has to be.
Well, I'm seeing a lot of 1225. I expect to have an answer to this on December 25th. That's why Xmas is written in the code in the title.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 1225. Might be a big false flag or something. Major earthquake. All right. Release to the public.
12/25/24.
Yeah. Might be 25 though, but yeah, 12/25/24. But it might be 25 now that you mention it. But yeah.
Right. That's what I'm like, man, the year, because I was thinking 12/25 somewhere in the next year, but
yeah, could be. Could be. When was that list released? Epstein list.
Initially?
Yeah. No, complete.
It still ain't complete. So
well, as complete as you're gonna see.
Well, no, because they could have put everything that was on the previous list along with this list. That's all this is this list. It was a list before that. That had a lot of the names that I said.
Pursuant to the court, December 18th, 2023.
Right. So that was this list. And this is nowhere near the complete list that they put out. Hold on. What is this list exactly?
Well, some of the people good point. Were just there. Some of the people were, at least that's what they say.
Where were they? On the island?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a list for the island. The list that I'm talking about were on the plains. So I do need to say that that's what I'm saying. Right.
Yeah, you can't say I'm messing around with doing sex trafficking just because I'm on a pimp's plane, can you? Private plane? You'd have to know.
Or on the island, because the island is like
correct.
Few miles, and there are different buildings all over the island.
Or a mansion. You can be at a Diddy party and not have no idea there's a 13-year-old girl back there being monkey wrapped.
Especially LA mansion, because there were tunnels underneath that.
Yeah, but
all the way back to Playboy.
Yeah. Who Hefner? Cat Williams. Cat Williams is talking about that. You know what I'm saying? You open up the wrong door. So man, it's like it's like you could be in the Noop house at Beta and not have any idea what's going on in there.
For sure. But what I'm saying is, it's like you could be at the Noop house and then be able to go downstairs and walk across to where somebody else stayed, like the Alpha stayed, when they stayed a few blocks down.
Yeah.
That's
I know what you mean about tunnels.
Yeah. And they've been talking about that since Hugh Hefner owned the house, because he owned the house that Diddy had, and he owned another house that was the mansion. It was away from the mansion.
Yeah, Hef was the original Diddy. Is it necessary to
Epstein? Because remember, Brooke Shields was underage when she took the photos for that. She was underage.
Yeah.
For Playboy.
And when she did the movie, what was that one? Blue Lagoon, she was underage.
Was there nudity in that?
Yeah. Nudity and sex scenes. She was like 16. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, times have changed. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Is it necessary to be part of the Illuminati network to attain either mega fame and or billionaire status? Certain guys are on the list, certain guys aren't.
It's coming to an end. But it was a situation where it was gate kept whether you can do anything.
And you had to take the oath?
I don't know. Everybody don't have to take the oath, but you got to be compromised to get where you at.
Yeah.
They're not asking everybody to take the oath, especially these artists. A lot of them are not intelligent. So they want them to take no oath or anything. They want them to just for them to get to this level.
Well, you could take the oath and be compromised, or if they don't think you'll ever take the oath, they'll try to compromise you. And if they can't compromise you, you won't go all the way up.
You're out of there. You got a ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. If you're not down to play,
yeah.
That's why it's a lot of people now coming out that
walk away from the game. Yeah.
Had opportunities. They didn't even walk away, but they had opportunities with Diddy in particular, where, you know, he'd take them somewhere where it'd be some, you know, activity going on.
Baby oil and Vaseline.
Yeah, well, yeah, just some rainbow activity. And just judge how you do or how you react. And if you don't react the right way, then, you know, it's all good. But you're not getting no deal. You're not going.
Yeah, Gene Deal said they'd be in a business meeting, a conference, might be talking music with the artist. And then Diddy pull out the Vaseline and the chapstick and the baby oil, put it all on the table. And And then, some people will walk out and then sometimes they in there. Said, what's his name? Ja Rule's part of it.
Oh, well, definitely.
But 50 wasn't.
50 wasn't with them, but 50's not spared. So that's what they said the true beef between him and Ja Rule was about.
Could the Illuminati just be a tool of the old money 13 families? Could it just be a tool that they use to divide and conquer the nouveau riche?
Well,
in other words, you'll never get past a certain ceiling. Like they get past that ceiling you put, but then there's another ceiling.
Yeah, I think that there is a misnomer that these celebrities and people of public fame are even a part anything except for tools.
Correct.
Of the machine that's going on.
Correct.
So I don't think that they are in the Illuminati. They just know that they got to give up some booty.
Yeah. Yeah, and if they did create such an entity, you know, it's to your point, it'll have everybody compromised and you can swoop in and take their money.
Well, that's the whole thing. All of the people that are major, it seems that they are all compromised. Pardon me. It seems like they're all compromised. Every single person that is allowed to do their best, and not even do their best, to be promoted and act like they're the best, they are compromised. And all of them, I would think most of them would say, I would do anything to be famous, rich and famous. I would do anything to be rich and famous. I won't. I'm not. I'm not that guy. I will not do anything to be rich and famous.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy.
Yeah, but to your point of, compromise, yes. They either have cases on them or put on them. They're involved in some underground activity. What's his name? Snitch 9, Cardi B. You know, you could say they're compromised. You know, you don't know what when you're involved in those activities. Remember
Snoop, Kevin Hart.
Yeah. You remember
Shaq.
You remember those?
Anybody that's on the TV, man, every time you turn the fucking channel on, turn TV on or whatever, any motherfucker that's on there all the time is compromised.
You remember the scene from Belly when the cops rolled up on Buns, and and he was like, in the long run, I don't even know if they was cops, but they pulled up on them. They had a file on them, cases they could put on them, and then they sent him to try to eradicate the minister. It's very similar. I mean, all the drill rappers, many of them compromise.
All of them, because they tell themselves in their music.
Yeah, and if they're in the street,
That's what I'm saying. They tell themselves that they could have a group that just listen to their lyrics to decipher them to figure out what's what, and then investigate.
Yeah,
and put it on them if it is them or not.
Or they could do that, or they could, like you said, investigate, reverse engineer. They be having their phones and everything on them, and he just went live 5 minutes ago. And when he went live, he was there, and this happened 5 minutes later. And then they get him to talking. He might have not been the shooter, but they all talking. They all compromised. What advice would you have for anyone dreaming of mega fame and forever wealth? When I say forever wealth, I mean that generational wealth.
I would suggest create a way where you don't have to be famous. That's what you're looking for. It comes with a whole lot. Things are changing though. So,
but what if you're an artist?
If you're an artist, still do your art and figure out a different way to become extremely wealthy forever. Just do your art. But just know, if you don't compromise yourself or move outside of your integrity, there's going to be a ceiling. Thus far.
Oh, and even when you do compromise yourself, there's going to be a ceiling.
Yeah. You can get there, but as fast as you get there, they can take you down. But know that things are changing, because when the information age and shit is rearranging, it's just truth that there are a lot of people right now that are famous. I don't know about their wealth, but they're famous that could have never been without the death of the music industry, or it's on dialysis and the old folks home.
Like, how compromised DMX had to have been arrested, but then he turned his life around, became a minister and you start reading scripture and stuff like that. I wonder if how they portrayed him. Remember how they portrayed him at the end, a wacky, crazy drug addict? Not saying he wasn't on drugs, but could
I don't think he was at the end. They say he overdosed. I think he got a hot shot. He took that jab.
So could his could his story be like what happens when you break your oath, so to speak? Because they're gonna keep asking you to do more and more stuff.
I don't necessarily think he took the oath. I think
he was compromised.
Well, I guess he had to be. He had 2 fucking platinum albums.
Come on, man.
In 9 months.
He went up quick, bro. And but he beefed with Jay, remember?
He beefed with him the whole time. And then Jay got to run Def Jam and had him there and was like, inmates run the yard, and didn't put him out. You know what I mean? Said that, they did a whole album, picked the single, shot the video, and then when Jay's in charge and told him that they don't know.
Because
and didn't put it out.
Because I think that street stuff that, from Marcy, that Jay-Z was talking about. And remember, he allegedly shot his own brother, Jay-Z.
Yes.
I think that code, though, that he was talking about, certain guys might honor that. 50 might honor that. DMX might honor that. The fuck y'all doing? This is a little kid. This is somebody doing it. You know what I'm saying? And
no, they don't honor that.
You don't think they honor that?
I don't think DMX honored that.
Wow.
I mean, no, you misunderstanding me. I don't think he honored messing with a kid.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's the
So,
code.
right. We're saying
You
the
know?
same thing, but I'm not.
Yeah.
With Jay-Z, I don't.
I'm not talking about Jay-Z. I said 50. Certain guys might really honor that street code that Jay-Z was talking about. Certain guys might really honor that, and I use DMX and 50.
Yeah, we had a misunderstanding. That's all, because we were saying the same thing, especially about DMX. I don't know about 50, but I know about DMX. Empathically.
Yeah.
Not from I didn't know DMX. So
yeah, I feel you. I get the same sense. It's gotta be, and there's gotta be some other guys like that too.
it's
And
a
then
lot.
yeah. And it's like a ceiling. And they'll walk away from it because they also have a code. Don't really be snitching and all this and that. You know what I mean? I was having a discussion, me in that situation is like, nah, she gotta go home, man. But when you're around those guys, they got all the goons and security and they're allegedly deleting people. At some point it's just like, man, I'm gonna walk away from this.
Yeah. And DMX was a seller, so you have to walk away. But they gave him the hot shot though, because he was really talking about a whole lot at the
Well, I don't
end.
mean from the business. I mean walk away from the situation. You might be in the hotel room. This is about to go down, and you walk out. That's what I mean by walk away.
Yeah.
You don't call the police.
That's still
It
not the
is.
police part, because I don't fuck with the police, but it's not stopping the situation. It's still, because I definitely got to walk away, but I definitely can't feel okay.
No, you can't. What if it's a bunch of goons in there, killers? You know what I mean? And, unless you know what I'm saying, and they all strapped.
And you got a serious ceiling when you walk out of there too.
Don't you? Either way, but you got a bigger ceiling when yeah. Either way, yeah. You're always gonna have a ceiling though. That'd be my message to him. So you might as well not be compromised. You might as well stay uncompromised out there.
Stay true to yourself and your values and your morals.
Yeah. Don't forget, don't forget that information the people who love you put in you. That's another thing those wacky drugs they be giving to them too does, bro. It cuts down all of their inhibitions. They got those chemicals mixed
They're
up.
designed for that.
Yeah, putting it in the baby oil, putting it in those bottles that's closed. You see
No,
them pop the
making you
bottle.
take shots to enter.
Right, it's already prepared.
You saw the video where this is what a white man happened. I said the white man when he come to a Diddy party. Did you see that?
What happened? He said what?
One of the DJs was face down, unconscious in the couch or at his party. And Diddy's like, this was happened to the white man when he come to a Diddy party. He's like, this is DJ such and such. DJ's not supposed to be, but this is what happens.
Did he have clothes on?
Yeah, all fully clothed. This wasn't Diddy, this was on YouTube. This just is extrapolation of what really goes on, because if he's like that, there's nothing he can control. He was face down and it would be nothing he could do against anybody doing whatever they wanted to.
Yeah.
It was an MTV show too. That's what was.
I mean, you got Justin Bieber, Usher. There's a whole lot of people, bro. Ariana Grande.
Oh yeah, they was all what all of them have in common is they were very, very young.
Yeah.
And naive.
Naive, yeah.
And
thirsty.
Usher brought Bieber to Diddy, and Diddy had Usher. You know, remember? Do you remember? We went, me, you, and Jasper. We went and saw a promotional tour. It was Craig Mack. That motherfucker rocked. Biggie and Usher.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, it was at the Push, wasn't it?
No. It was Athenaeum on the north side. And it wasn't Athenaeum. It was
I thought that was Common and
Common was at the Push.
No. Up north we saw Common, and I saw Common and Organized Confusion and somebody else.
Yeah. That wasn't at the Athenaeum. It was at the Congress. Both of them was at the Congress. Both of them was no, it wasn't at the Congress because that was at the Congress, the Organized Confusion, and this was on.
I don't think I was there.
You was there, 100%. We saw Craig,
Mack, who else?
Biggie, and Usher. It was Puffy's. It was a promotional tour. It was Flavor in Your Ear. Craig Mack was the big act. Biggie and Usher were the
undercard.
Yes. Period.
All right. Well, what happened? Refresh my memory. Like, why you bringing it up? Because I don't remember.
Usher was 13 and out on a tour with Craig Mack and Biggie, a Puffy tour.
Yeah, Usher was. What was that national show he won? Luther was on that show too. It's like America's Got Talent.
I don't remember Usher being on.
Yeah, that's how Usher got known. One of America's Got Talent type shows. I can't think of the name of it. He was on there and went crazy. What was it? Same one. Luther was discovered on. The first one, bro. I can't think.
Damn. The first one, I know Beyonce was on, and Ed McMahon was the host, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
It wasn't America Got Talent. That all those throw me off. That throws
it was way before that.
Off the direction. Yeah. It's on the tip of my mind, but I keep losing it because I keep thinking America Got Talent. Damn, it was but whatever. Okay, I didn't know Usher was on there. You don't remember I wanted the song he made, I wanted to kick him in his ass. Do you remember that? That should help you remind you that we were there.
What song was that?
His first song. It was some sappy ass motherfucking shit. And he was 13. He didn't write it. I was just an idiot about that.
Yeah, he didn't write none of it.
Right. I was a complete idiot. You was kind of with me. My brother, well, not quite, but you just said, yeah, whatever. But my brother was like, no, motherfucker, you know. Flavor in Your Ear. That motherfucker Craig Mack killed that shit. And Biggie was standing.
He got to a ceiling.
Yeah, because he wasn't with that shit. And Biggie was in the center of the stage, like, and he got to that point where he wasn't with that shit.
Was it American Idol?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
It was before that.
Yes.
I don't know, man, but this is what do you call that? Mandela effect, because I can't
find period. Ed McMahon.
Yeah, but I can't find like none of this. Star Search. There it is.
Star Search. Bang.
I had to add Ed McMahon in there.
That's what I was doing as you was talking about it. We was talking about it, I was just doing that. Star Search. Exactly. He was on Star Search. I didn't see him on Star Search.
Let's see.
No,
Sinbad,
Usher. Put Usher on
Christina,
there.
Martin Lawrence.
Put in Usher behind that. Star search Usher and see if, because I don't remember on that.
He was on some show. Usher Star Search performance. Usher singing on Star Search and to L.A. Reid. Yeah, man, he was 13.
Okay,
That's
L.A.
where he got.
Reid. Right, right.
That's where he got discovered.
I say I don't remember that. I didn't say it didn't happen. That's why I said put it in, because I'm like,
yeah,
I don't remember him on there. I guess I wasn't watching it no more.
Yeah, he's a little kid.
Or I wasn't watching it yet, because I mean Beyonce was on that motherfucker too.
Right.
Actually I didn't see her on there either, so I can't. I just know that that's part of her.
Now we're gonna get to the poll question. Is Jay-Z being pink mailed? Not likely, 0%. All right. More than likely, 20% of the respondents say more than likely. Another 20% say 100%. He's being pink mailed 100%. And then 60% say, nah, he's guilty as sin. So pretty much 40% believe it's a nickel slick money grab. And 60% believe he's guilty as sin. Which one did you go with there, fella?
I went with exactly that. Guilty as sin.
I went with more than likely.
Yeah.
That's what I went with. You know, without talking to the witness and being in a courtroom, hearing her tell her story.
I feel you.
You
And
know
I
what I
went
mean?
with guilty as sin. I looked at the options and I didn't even think about it. I just went down the options and said, bam.
Yeah.
So that was my first mind, and that's what I went with.
Yeah. Is it more likely that she waited, she's 38 now, 24 years after being violently monkey wrapped by these men? Or is it more likely that she got her a nickel slick lawyer? And, you know, that's basically the essence of the question.
Yeah, and the man actually, he said he had thousands of complaints against Diddy, and he was narrowing them down. And he said other people were going to be involved in watching. You know, uh, you know, to me, he's might be similar to Aldridge, the lady chick that.
Yeah, Gloria Allred, the devil.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it can. I don't know, but I have a feeling that the time
She's the female
is now.
Dershowitz. She's the female Alan Dershowitz.
Well, they all are, the whole way they do lawyers in this country, that they're compromised from jump. Otherwise, they won't get any of their cases. They won't win anything.
Yeah. Well, the views expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests that are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any of its affiliates or sponsors.
No response for TATN, or I'm speaking for Tory Wordsmith. Period.
All right. Now, I'm going to give
every time I speak on TATN.
I'm going to give you a hint on the riddle. We've used the word multiple times this show. You actually used it first. I offer you power, wealth, and fame.
Oh, Patsy.
But in return, you'll lose your name. Sign on the line your light to claim. Who am I in this Illuma booty game? I get to give the answer. the Satan. We would have accepted the Baphomet. We would have accepted the devil. I thought you were gonna get it when you started calling Dershowitz the devil, bro. You've been using that word all show. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't understand the
Sign
whole
on the
premise.
line.
No,
Sign.
I didn't understand the whole premise because yeah, that's a different aspect. I was looking as the person that they were signing and not who was in charge.
Correct,
Gotcha.
correct.
That was my
Yeah.
yeah.
And your light to claim, that's like your soul.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I had the wrong perspective.
Yeah, well,
and I look at it now and I was wrong. So I couldn't have got it right.
but you the chat GTP had your soul to claim. And I'm like, that's too easy. Because had I left it with soul to claim and then I changed the Luma Booty. Who am I
Yeah.
in this game? I added the Luma Booty, but yeah, you'd have got it if I said soul. It says sign on the line your soul to claim. Yeah, you probably would have got it after.
I offer you, and that's where I didn't see. I didn't
yeah
internalize. I
because it is
offer
a
you.
man though. You know what I mean? It is a man. To your point, you just saw it from the man's point of view, right?
Yeah,
That's how they coming at you. It's going to be a
right.
man.
Right.
Yeah.
So that makes total sense. So
Yeah,
I'm cool.
If you're selling your soul, you know what I mean. All right.
Even as a riddle, I see it.
All right. That was Chat GTP and 9 mils. All right. Here's my wrap up there, fella. We must indeed all hang together, or most assuredly, we shall all hang separately. These words were uttered allegedly by Benjamin Franklin during the signing of the Declaration of Pink Independence. Once again, we must indeed all hang together, or most assuredly, we shall all hang separately. Benjamin Franklin, during the signing of the Declaration of Pink Independence. If you're going to put your head in the ground, keep your head in the ground. Keep your eyes wide shut. If you lay down with goats, you'll surely get fleas. The turtle gets the W. The race doesn't go to the swift, the strong, the high, or the mighty, but the one that endures to the end. Have no idols before self, and no podcast before the Self Love Show. Remember, stay curious, stay informed, stay aware, and stay engaged. Most importantly, stay true to self. Also, show some love to yourself and everyone around you. Remember, ask not what our culture can do for you, but what you can do for the copper culture. Until next time, silence is violence. Continue to question everything. This is the Self Love Show. And the Self Love Show ain't Kansas, Toto. Peer down those rabbit holes and do your own research, but use caution and discernment, because sometimes when you stare into the abyss, well, the abyss is going to stare right back at your copper-colored ass. Peace, self-love, honor, and respect. All right. Next week, fella, unless we have a guest next week, we are covering the nun, the mafia, and the Vatican.
Okay, so we're gonna have a guest.
I hope so. So we're breaking that down. Allegedly, the feds went in there in Italy and stormed they arrested a nun who was working for the mafia out here. So we're gonna unpack that. Do a lot of yapping about La Cosa Nostra.
That's
Yeah.
nothing new to the people.
I tell you what, but they're talking more about Diddy and the CEO than the old wacky Catholic Church having alleged ties to the mafia.
Well, we know the Catholic Church has. I mean, come on, it's
alleged,
and it's not alleged. It's
talk about a Luma booty and kids.
Well, they're not a Luma booty because Rothschild is ish people, and the Catholics is something different.
Oh, but they like those boys. They like
Yeah,
the little boys.
they like the little booties.
Yeah, the Illuma booties. They sure do. And yeah, so yeah, all right, we'll have a guest. So actually, we're gonna unpack the nun. Who is she? She's in the mafia. What do we know about her? The mafia and the Catholics, the Vatican. I mean, it's right there. They're not reporting it all over the news like it's a big scandal. But Lil Durk gets more coverage. His little gang in Chicago gets way more national coverage than this. Weird, huh?
No.
Alleged gang.
There are 5 companies that control what we see here and all of that. And damn near what we taste. So, it's not, we don't hear what's actually happening.
Sure don't.
So
it sure don't. Yeah, they'd have to come on the news and be like, "Oh my God!" And this nun, I mean, and the Catholic Church, they teach our kids.
It wouldn't air. It wouldn't air.
All networks would have to come out there with that energy. They'd have to say it on The View. You know what I mean? But
no, they wouldn't air. And you saying what would have to happen? My bad.
Yeah, what should be happening maybe. All right. 49ers disaster. We're going to cover that on Mouthpiece Included. Those copper-colored coaches are on the clock. Complete. I mean, they should file some charges. It was Diddy and Bro.
And man, it was some perfect calls made. Like, I was like, God damn. People were right there in the face of the guy and everything. And that everything was set up. It was all set up. They were all in his face because he could just be like, boop, and he can run forever. And I don't know what happened, but Greg Kittle is a very excellent player, and you should have something for him, wherever he's at.
You know what I said? I said our tight end, our tight end gets paid like Kittle, but plays like Skittles. Huh?
Well, the drops,
Everything. This guy's a bum, man. He's getting paid. He's got a big contract.
He's not a bum. That dude he's got to be targeted, and he's got to catch the ball. And Moore's got to catch the ball, and goddamn it, yeah.
Bro, this guy's been in the league 4 years, and he can't run a rub play without stopping and setting a pick on the guy twice in one game.
Well, he should have been taught that the whole time he was in, and he had a bunch of idiots in charge the whole fucking time he was running.
If I'm the coach, I'm benching him. If I'm the coach, I'm sending a message. I'm benching him. He's got a podcast. He talks too damn much. He's the team
plant.
The
podcast part.
He's the team plant. He's if you look at where we drafted him, man, it's a rookie. You see that rookie at the Raiders, man, with the bum coordinator, the bum quarterback, bro. Brock Bowers, drop dead gorgeous. This is what this kid is supposed to be. And I'm not going to sit out here and point out the copper-colored players and then sit here and try to suggest that this guy's a good player. What has he done to make you say he's good?
Oh, he didn't drop the ball with Justin Fields.
Oh, he had some critical drops.
Not really, no. Everybody didn't. No.
He had some critical drops. It was one play when Justin said, I was hoping Cole would have made a football play, and Justin threw an interception on, and that was a big topic in the news, Man, this guy, I don't know. He's going under the radar, and it's simply because he's pink stink. If that guy was copper colored and signed that deal, other people would be saying what I'm saying right now. To your point, he's been on the team. He's been on the team this long. He's supposed to be making plays out there, bro. I watched Kittle running around there, bro.
He's got to catch the fucking ball. I mean, he's had critical drops and Caleb's shit, but so as all of the motherfuckers. What I'm tripping on is people that don't drop the ball drop the ball.
Yeah, DJ.
With catchable passes, excellent passes, as far as I'm concerned. Should be first downs and let's go on. And it's fucking you know.
What's your take on Caleb?
He's not as good as I expected him to be from
mentally.
I'm not sure because he holds on the ball.
Yes.
He should pass the ball. There are people open. Komet's open a whole lot. And
He's
so
changing
is
the
DJ
play.
Moore.
He's changing the play while the clock's running and the fourth down. And I didn't know this. I didn't know that. You know, you expect your quarterback from high school to know the game situations and not be relying on a coach, bro. And I think, bro,
that's why I think he changed the plays. He just didn't change it to the right shit because he dealing with college knowledge.
Yeah. Love his game, but yes, he's getting sacked way too much, bro. He's holding the ball.
People are open.
Yeah.
Same shit I said for Justin. And I you know that I was big in favor of keeping Justin and trading that pick and adding offensive lineman, defensive lineman.
All that. Linebackers.
Yes. I was in favor of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, once that was not an option, yeah. Okay, I roll with this guy, you know what I mean? But you gotta do something to put him in position to be successful.
I've seen one hard hit from our defense, and that was Brisker, and he hasn't been on the field since. That was 8 weeks ago. Okay, my man, the other, not Edmonds, but the other linebacker, he lays a little wood. Yeah, he lays a little wood, but nothing that make me. Yeah, I like him. No.
Not Edwards, Edmonds.
I like Edwards.
Oh,
Edmonds
okay,
a
Edwards.
bum. The middle linebacker is a bum.
49. That's what you're saying.
These guys are soft. That's all I'm saying, bro. It's time to get some players in there. I don't care how much you're getting paid. I don't care what your pedigree is. It's time to get some football players on the field, bro. I want to see some hard hits, bro. I'm not getting it, man. This is the softest Bears team I've seen in a long time. And it starts with the quarterback. Comes around painting his fingernails. You guys say it don't matter. Yeah, man.
It fucking matters.
They make him a captain, you know. And I'm afraid, though, that the way our media is approaching it, and I'll end it on this, they approach it when they're interviewing him like everything's not his fault, and how do you feel, and how's this affecting your development? And I would love for him to be like a Peyton Manning and those guys. I would love for him to say, hey, man, this stuff is on me. It all starts with the quarterback, and not even entertain none of that. I'm a rookie here. You know, I'm getting better. Some things happening, but he buys into allowing all of those other things to, I don't know, bro. If I was ever being interviewed in high school, Self, as a freshman on the basketball or football team, or no matter how bad I thought the coaching was or the situation, if I'm the quarterback, bro, I'm taking all that responsibility for those losses, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. He knows he's messing up.
Well,
did you hear the announcers? They were like, I want him to throw the ball, like just
the
give the guy a
principal.
chance.
Principally, he fell already into what Justin fell into. That you can't turn the ball over.
Got to be perfect. Yeah.
It definitely wasn't perfect, but you don't turn the motherfucking ball over. And there would be people open where he could throw them open and he won't. And this dude's the same. He's got people that's open and he won't throw to them.
And somebody, or one-on-one. And
he can move. He don't move. That's what I don't fucking stand. I don't care what the fucking play they call, goddammit. If this shit collapse, you go the other way. He don't do it.
And somebody needs to tell that young man.
All the time, because he does it quite a bit of time.
Somebody needs to tell that young man that a sack is almost as good as a turnover. It puts you behind the sticks. It kills the momentum. The defense gets fired up.
Takes you out of field goal range.
Everything. Everything. Somebody needs to tell him, because he's always like, yeah, I'm not turning it over, and I'm not, and you know what I mean?
I told you, I'm like, well, we got completely into a different show.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that brings me to And if you guys want to hear more of that type of stuff, watch Mouthpiece included.
Man, it's full of it. It's a amazing show.
Yeah. We got a lot. We be chopping it up. All right, let's see. All right. This brings me to my favorite part of the whole shebang. And that's going to be Wordsmith's final words out there. Take it from the top out there.
It's a lot of things that get me pissed because they talk about us and like a myth, but they still will not reveal the whole Epstein list. Why? I can tell you, and I told you during the show, if you watched it, that it's more than just about the profit. It's the people that can control the information are complicit. They down with it, and that's how the shit goes and how we spit it. The Jersey drones. Is it something that's really unknown? I'm not sure. Because it seems to me very obscure that something the size of a small bus don't reach radar. They don't know where it originates or where it sets. And they over certain properties or projects. It's set on something. They be on some unethical and put it down for the reticle, but it's all critical. They just be lying. That's the whole problem. They be out there signing and saying all kinds of shit to distract you from what you need to pay attention to quick. That's what I'm saying about Diddy, the diddler. Puffy. Sean Carter's been at it. They both deny, say what they gotta say, and emphatic. But we shall see what them people be on and what they put on our people. All skin folk ain't kin folk, so they ain't all our people. I just need you to know that there is no equal to us in the like minds. That's why we put it down at the drop of a dime. Easily, I'll cock my 9 to defend mine. Y'all need to know that these people that they prop up for us ain't our equal. They not even our people. They just look like us. Race is a social construct, but racism is real. But we are family that choose to exist on the same frequency. There is a blood tie that most people love to express, but I love my family within my same frequency the best. That's how we change this whole situation and express what needs to happen. Let's feed each other. Make our dreams happen. Words.
And though it was spoken, let it be spoken, let it be done. Words. All right. Oh, yeah.
Probably a little longer than most because.
Well, we had 3 topics.
Well, yeah.
All right. Let's see. This out there. Big ups to the sponsors.
Man, Midwest festivals, bro, they exceptional. They make all our situations come true. It's big ups to you. Big ups, big ups, big ups. Because Ancestry echoes is happening. We're going to have all of the exclusive details on the Self Love Show before it's released to the public. But right now, just know it's coming along.
Echoes.
Echoes. Echoes.
Do you think you are the one?
Honestly, I don't know.
You know what that means? It's Latin. Means know thyself.
Bullets are boomerangs.
Stand your ground.
Murder is suicide.
Yeah. An eye for an eye.
Protect yourself. Silence is violence.
See something? If you want to advance our nation, you better say something.
Slave theory. Greed plus ego over fear. That's slavery.
For sure, because if we come together and use charity plus humility times love, always equal freedom.
Do not answer questions.
Say shit to them. But everything they say, question everything.
Fear is an illusion.
So vibrate love.
And forgiveness is love's highest vibration.
Yeah, man. We gotta breach these breaches. Or do something charitable for so-called enemies and inner beef.
Healthy people. Heal that people.
Thank God. Because we know for sure hurt people are going to try to hurt people.
Free the old man. Free Larry Hoover.
Free Jeff Ford.
Free all the guys, man.
Prison and slavery.
Be ya. Walk on water.
We all have the potential to be the one. So let's move mountains.
Man, you gotta matter to move a mountain, bro.
We all matter. That's the only way the simulation can move forward.
Y'all stop that killing, man. We all matter.
Let's rearrange the whole matrix.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Being the one is just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love, you just know it. Through and through. Balls to bone.
Bill Adam.
Got mine.
Shot Town.